Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again on a Feel Good Friday. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream as we got doubleheader on tap tonight with a little WWE Smackdown and AEW Rampage. A big night ahead. Trips is in the building, and the slap herd around the world will be talked about tonight, folks. So make sure you get in that chat, hit like, hit subscribe, and be a part of the fun. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We're back at it and live again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network, and this is another live stream. I hope everyone out there is having a happy, healthy, and safe week, and you are ready to go. We are going to get into all this wrestling here tonight. Lots to talk about. 4.7 million people paid attention to that press conference last night. Blows your mind. A lot of people on the buzz right now. Everybody's talking about WrestleMania. The Rock, Roman, Cody, Triple H, and then some. Well done by the WWE. So we're looking forward to SmackDown tonight. But I will remind you, I am every night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and that is...
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I am Big Nick, and yes, just like The Rock showed you last night, make sure you go ahead and slap that like button, slap that subscribe button, slap that bell notification, because did last night not feel like a pay-per-view to everybody? God damn.
It felt insane. It felt like all the great parts of a good show, all they had to do was have a couple wrestling matches break out, and we would have had an A+.
Absolutely.
So
why can't you do that on Raw?
Right, let's go. But I mean, again, if this is something that they're going to carry through, and this is a sign of things to come, you know, something that I thought, kind of got overlooked. CM Punk actually called it out. But you add in like Rhea Ripley and Becky. Bayley wasn't there last night, but I think she should have been. Yes. But a whole lot of things going on. And if everything kind of has the vibe that we're having right now, we are cooking at a high level. And man, I give them all the kudos in the world. I know the haters out there are going to want to hate. People are going to find flaws in it all. Why did Cody say, I don't want you, but I do want you? Well, things change. People's minds change. And it's wrestling. So giddy up and enjoy the ride. Nobody saw it coming or unfolding the way it did. We had a whole bunch of theories of what could happen, Nick, and the way it played out, I think, was better than we imagined.
Oh, absolutely. The best thing about this is we still don't know anything. Everything's still up in the air. We still have all this buzz and excitement. Christ, I have ET on and everything else before we go live just because it's on the same channel. And they were talking about it on goddamn ET.
Were they?
About absolutely. The biggest Hollywood star there, The Rock. Think about it. Again, this is now just going to be national coverage. And now it's super interesting. I don't see too many people. I know the artist, if he's out there listening, allegedly called it beforehand. But no one really saw Dwayne, especially slapping the taste out of Cody's mouth or what he was trying to say of his effing teeth out of his mouth. But them leaving together as well. Like now we have the super bloodline.
Yeah, I think that was the thing that surprised a lot of people. And I know, I mean, people might have predicted a triple threat or predicted somehow, some way Cody was going to work himself into this angle. Night 1, The Rock, Roman, night 2, Cody, Roman. But I don't think that moment when The Rock stepped in front of Roman and said, wait a minute, if you have a problem with him, you have a problem with me.
With my family.
Yeah, like, to me, you heard the shift in the whole arena that was live and present last night of, oh, what is this? And somebody already said it in the chat, but it felt like theater. Everything right up until the Triple H interview at the back and they're walking out and they're pissed off. It all felt like, you said it last night, a UFC presser that went awry.
Right. Well, and Conor McGregor had his fingers all over that, it felt like, part. But it very much felt like, speaking of family and everything, he went full Dom Toretto in that whole situation, and this is all about family.
Yeah,
With the
100%.
tight,
And
aggressive, getting tank top and everything, the little gold chain.
yeah, very much so. It definitely had that vibe to it. And there's the Rock stretching his acting chops and then trying to show off a little. And I get it. Like a lot of people talked about him just pushing himself into this situation. And there's a lot of debate still whether of like, this was the plan the whole time, or this wasn't the plan. This was a change of plans. I don't care at this point. What we got last night was outstanding. The only person that kind of got lost in the shuffle was Seth, but he
The
was there.
losers bracket.
That was it. Table 2 will take you now.
Yeah. But 100%. Yeah. Well, now there's the rumor going around that it's going to be night 1. At some point, we're going to get Cody and Seth tag teaming against Roman and Rock.
The only issue I have with that, or the only question I have about that, Nick, is Seth able to get into a match? Like, are they not healing him and keeping him on the shelf as like all the way to Mania, so he's as close to 100% for Mania as possible?
Yeah, I didn't even think, because everybody's been talking about that being more of a match for Mania, but I've also heard like what you've wanted is that we're allegedly going to get a men's chamber to now decide who takes on Seth, because there's clearly no challenger for Seth.
Well, I had put out the theory that perhaps under the current circumstances at the time, that Logan Paul was going to find out tonight that he was going to go into the chamber. Now that opinion of mine has changed because the dynamics have changed. Because I don't know, did you see the video that Drew put out today? Drew's just going on a leisurely walk around his complex, and basically, I was the only one telling the truth, and I'm gonna be the champion and get out of my swamp. Yeah.
I love Drew McIntyre right now. This is best Drew McIntyre, of him just being a troll, being a validated heel. It's like fucking Hermes there. You're technically correct, the best kind of correct. You're a validated heel, the best kind of heel.
Yeah, he actually said, Cody finally found the balls to make the right choice. So this is what Drew wanted. Now there's still talks about, will it be like Seth, Drew, Sammy at Mania night 1 to kind of avoid the fact that Seth isn't at 100%. Will there be a chamber involving Seth, Drew, Sammy, and others? Could you throw LA or Randy Orton or a couple people from SmackDown into a chamber to all compete, and maybe we get a surprise like an LA Knight going after, babyface on babyface doesn't work that well. I still think Drew feels like the guy right now. I think he's staked his claim.
I think Drew's the guy. To me, I have a long-term idea is that Drew wins it, and then when Sammy finally wins the one, he wins it off Drew.
Yeah.
Because that's where you tie in that whole. I saw why you were bringing in Sammy, because he's the one that put him on the shelf and everything. But if you play into that, where you could build that and that's the moment to where Sammy finally wins the big one and all of that. He overcomes the big bastard heel and all that.
Yeah, that works well. I mean, it does play out. We are assuming that Seth is going to need some time off, that they are just putting him together with Band-Aids to get him through, Mania. So that's why I'm not sure. Now, you could technically put him in a tag match, give him very little to do, and have a reason why he doesn't participate a whole lot in said tag match.
I don't know. I mean, man didn't participate a whole lot in a kerfuffle on the stage last night, so I don't know if he can participate less in a match.
No,
I do have a weird theory, side note off of that. Well, not the whole Seth thing, but with Nick Aldis and Hunter being there, and even the backstage stuff with Hunter and all of that, does this potentially become, I know I compared the Bloodline becoming like the corporation. Everyone's been calling it the 2-man power trip, which I love.
Nice.
But what if it becomes the Bloodline versus, the corporation, the establishment, the authority there? Because you've got Hunter, who's going to be on SmackDown to address some things. And Nick Aldis has already been messing with the Bloodline with the Fatal 4-Way and all that.
I think that's brilliant. I think we've missed that. Like, when was the last time we had a really good centralizing storyline, like the one storyline, like the the Austin McMahon, the Bryan Danielson Corporation? When was the last time we had a real big central focus, one, within the company? And if it is, I mean, if you play into the storyline that the new TKO board member, Mr. Rock, is going to use his swag and his sway to
lean into it,
lean right into that. So Aldis says, this is going to happen. And Rock says, not today. This is what's going to happen. And now it becomes this power struggle.
We call the shots around here now. You could see Roman just bigging him up, right as you just see Dwayne, like you said, doing a little finger wave, and then Roman pipes up. We call the shots around now, here now. Our table, our family built this table. Y'all are guests at the table. We're the head of the tables.
Yeah, I also saw a lot of reports that potentially other members of the bloodline are somehow going to get pulled into this. We might get appearances.
Had names up on that tree.
Was that not the biggest goddamn tree we've ever seen?
Yeah, and they still miss people. I saw people pointing out they miss Zilla.
Well, come on. Yeah, but yeah, they miss
Zilla.
You
have Jacob on there. You have Lance.
They had Lance. Yeah. Lance was like that one low-hanging apple at the very bottom. Like, so Zilla should have technically been lower than Lance.
Been higher, yeah.
Or at least on par, right? But
right.
Yeah, man, I think what they've done here is strong. And again, chat, welcome. We will get to everybody out there. If you haven't hit that like button, I ask you why, but make sure you do hit that like button and be a friend. Take this link, drop it, let everyone else know the best wrestling coverage in the entire world is right here. The most electrifying wrestling YouTube channel is upon you. So, but dude, I mean, if people weren't hyped about WrestleMania before last night, they better be now. Because
if damn sure are now.
If you're sitting around, if you're sitting around saying you're not, I would question whether or not you really like wrestling.
Yeah, but I will second though your comment earlier though about spread our link everywhere like that goddamn Samoan family tree here, because there's only one real wrestling family on YouTube here. Even I do like that there's been a lot of the discussion of it feels weird and you kind of feel bad that Bayley was left out of all of that. Great. And now she's getting her spot on SmackDown tonight to where she's addressing her issues with Damage Control.
Yeah, I think it's been good. I honestly thought Bayley should have been, again, you only had an hour and they focused on Rhea. I still thought Bayley could have had a little bit of a presence. I mean, she did win the Rumble. She was the other Rumble winner. I think the argument is she made her decision. We're seeing that play out. But we'll see tonight. Is Dakota Kai back? We missed her last week without explanation. Technically, we don't know where Dakota Kai stands on the situation yet, even though we're pretty safe to assume. But yeah, I'm looking forward. I like what they're setting up. I mean, if it is we're getting the winner of the Chamber take on Rhea. We don't know what's happening with Seth. We're getting Cody and Roman, but you said it. Could The Rock be, use his power? Now I'm a special guest referee. We still expect at some point we're going to get Rock versus Roman. We just got to get clear of Cody.
Well, I mean, you did kind of call it, though, if he does the full Tyson thing and he's just holding up that American Nightmare shirt at the end, like he was holding up the Austin 316 shirt.
And it could be simply a case of The Rock was like, listen, I was supposed to fight you, but, I stood by my family. And then they step on each other's toes, right? There's only so much space at the head of that table. And they keep bumping elbows trying to eat their fucking steak.
Especially if he's like the special guest referee and he actually tries to call it legitimately. And then Roman's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And then they start having it back and forth. And then he layeth the smacketh down.
Right. Now, we will get to the chat and say hello to the people. But one last thing, and I said this last night, big shout out to CM Punk, man. I know he's controversial. I know there's people out there that just don't like him no matter what he does. But man, he was the best supporting actor, I think, in the whole process last night. He was saying everything every fan at home was thinking.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. And I also love that Biggie, I'm just here to make sure that Punk doesn't get fired.
I like that a lot. And I did really like at the end there where Punk's like, Cody's too diplomatic. And it felt like, oh my God, like a little bit of old vibes here of Cody's diplomatic. He walks away quietly. You got to punch him in the face. I don't care if it's your boss. Did he just get slapped by his boss?
Oh yeah, that was very much. There was plenty of jabs in there, subtle jabs, but like you were saying there, especially at that end, and then you had The Rock still on
Rock
stage, almost
behind,
looking like he's looking at him of like, I hear you, son bitch. It felt back to that. The fact that I'm not in the main event, but Dwayne is, it went right back to that moment, I feel.
Yeah, no, I thought The Rock standing there on stage, and you could see him and Roman like looking up at Punk, like, tell him to shut the fuck up. I thought that was great. And he's like, just punch him in the face. And they looked legitimately of like, I thought that was a wicked touch.
But again, like you said, this could be an overarching thing. Speaking of overarching, we've already talked 15 minutes into the show and still have not said hi to anybody in the chat.
Right. Everblessed was first, and he's happy about it. Welcome, Everblessed, Christopher. Chambers, are you ready for next weekend, Chambers? Are you ready? We're going to your pay-per-view, my guy. Let's go. Let's go. It's going to be.
I like though how we already have, I guess, gold, silver, and bronze in the chat there. First, second, third.
Right. All right. I like it. Should be lots of heavy hitters on SmackDown tonight, says Christopher. Absolutely. And let's be real, Nick. Chamber is a week away, and there's not a whole lot that we know about Chamber. Like, we know we're getting a women's chamber, but what else are we getting?
Yeah, honestly. Well, you're getting Rhea versus Nia.
Yes,
so there's that. We've obviously going to have the U.S. title announced tonight, but I did like up until last night, I did very much like your idea of having the U.S. title in a chamber. I thought that's the announcement we're going to get. And who knows? Maybe they just triple down on it, because if they don't have a lot, we'll just give them all the chambers. We'll give them all the Steven Chambers.
Hey, I mean, that going old school of like when we do a specialty show, everybody's in that cage.
And we'll just happen to call it Lethal Lockdown.
Exactly. So, Damien, good to see Chambers again. Terrence, how are you? Mega Baby Man Gaming, good to see you. Good to see you. EQ back in the house. I wrote on the post, maybe Triple H will slap The Rock. Maybe.
That man for half a second just forgot about that pacemaker and said, I wish a motherfucker would.
Didn't he? Like, especially like I thought that interaction between Triple H and The Rock backstage was well done, and it felt legitimate animosity of like, you were out of line. That's bullshit. He's talking shit about my family. Like, you're like
two dads arguing over their children, getting into fucking fisticuffs.
EQ with all the popcorn.
Man's just here for it. He's like that gif of Big E just out there at ringside, just with a giant sack of popcorn.
What's up, James? How you doing? I hope KC's treating you well, even though they're about to take an L this weekend.
Stays with the tribal chiefs, my guy.
Oh, I gotta go with the chief on this one, baby. What's up, Chosen Vestal? Big Dog, how are you? Kicks. John's back with us. Casey, another familiar face. Welcome, sir. Rock slap Cody, like Will slap. The memes, the gifs. Again, the internet is undefeated, Nick. And
what I had somebody, because I put a tweet out about that and everything today, and someone pointed out it's crazy to think that The Rock was there for that moment. He was there when that happened.
Yeah,
when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, and then turns around and, I know what to do here. Slap.
Keep my family's
name out your motherfucking mouth.
Right. But even like we'll get back into it because I'm gonna get sidetracked. Ricky, I believe.
Yes, sir.
What people aren't talking about is the loser bracket title. They definitely not. And I give Seth all the credit in the world. I love the interaction between Seth and Roman, but
yeah.
What's up, gamer? How are you? CX99, it's theater. That's who said it. There you go. Roddy's back with us. Steve-O's back with us. Who else we got, Nick?
We got Juan saying, well, Rock equals Dom Toretto. Yes, he does.
Didn't he? He totally gave that vibe.
It's all about family. That's all I could say. That's all he said, really, was just family. Fix this, family. Slap, family. You say this man's name.
Gliding on by ya.
There you go.
Sounds like
Cody
he's from
Triple
the
H
East
against
Coast.
Roman and Rock.
Yeah, it sounds like he's from the East Coast of my country. Blind
Yeah, I was
non-biased.
gonna say, there's too many G's and everything. I look all confused. It looks like it's Russian to me.
That's funny. Cody Triple H. Ooh.
Cody Triple H against Roman and Rock. No, you do those individual matches. Could you imagine? I know. I think I said it, but then you were like, pacemaker, dude, pacemaker.
Yeah,
I'm like, not peacemaker, pacemaker.
Yeah, I don't know how well that holds up against bumps, but a quick side note though, somebody that's connected to Cody and Triple H has been thrown out there of what if we hear voices in our head as the guy who steps in to help this situation.
I have seen that slightly thrown around there of now we get Legacy just minus Ted DiBiase showing up here.
Yeah, and I don't think Ted Jr. is going to be around anytime soon.
I'm locked up, won't let me out.
You're invited to WWE. Do you want some cake? Well, what do fat kids and cake say? Yes.
Well, it just sounded with the name and then the comment. It just like, congratulations, you're invited to WWE. Yeah, absolutely. Would you like some cake?
There you go. There you go. AJ, good to see you. Good to see you. Bama Beard is back. Terrence Childs. It's another big guy picking on a much smaller guy situation, just like at the Emmys with Will and Chris Rock. Yeah, fair enough. I think we have
and both involved a bald person.
Yeah, no shit. I think we have a little more faith in Cody to fight back, though.
Fight back, fight back.
And again, Cody's not nearly as funny as Chris.
Right. And he's saying craziest press conference ever of 2024. Well, we're only like what, a month and a half
right
in?
Well, we said this last night, Nick. I don't recall in my entire life a wrestling press conference that mattered this much. That was this watched, this viewed, this attended. Usually there's like 15 fake reporters in a room, and it's we get clips of it on social. But
right.
This felt different last night. You saw that building, it was packed.
Oh, absolutely. I was going to say, I don't recall even just a wrestling press conference. I know we have the media scrums after pay-per-views, but I don't recall them having a whole homecoming pep rally there to where not only is it free to attend, but then they got people that spent money to go and have, the whole VIP package. They've made it a whole goddamn spectacle. That was FanCon. That was their E3. That was, like you said, it was a pep rally.
Yeah, and it felt different. Like they didn't have like the usual like long tables and everybody just sitting stationary. It was very just everybody up. They had their own mics. I thought the way they introduced Cody was perfect and even the difference. Like people talk all the time about TV PG, but here's The Rock dropping F-bombs and cursing. Cody Rhodes opens his promo with "that is bullshit." Like this is TV 14. This is for the adults. These are for the grown folk in the building.
Well, and even how they had, you already talked about CM Punk, how they had Big E there as well, Michael Cole, Pat McAfee, and all of that, how they had, a whole panel that it felt like we're about to watch the Super Bowl on Sunday. It felt like that was, their, WrestleMania kickoff show, their like countdown show there of, JB, Gronk, fucking Teddy Bruschi, all that shit. Of all the old athletes out there so here's what he should do here. I'm taking that Cody's going to take Seth in this. I think it's going to be Cody's going to take Roman here.
Yeah, it was and legitimate analysis, and it didn't all feel phony. Like it didn't feel like they were talking about hashtag we want Cody. They were talking about the Rock wedging himself in there and da 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 da. Like I thought it was really well done.
Speaking of hashtag we want Cody, how y'all go from booing this man and we want Cody to the millions and millions?
That was one of my favorite parts of like, we are such shills as wrestling fans of like, we are going to hijack this. We're going to burn our WrestleMania tickets and burn our Rock memorabilia. And
I'll never watch a DC movie again.
Yeah. And the minute this guy goes millions, everybody hit Q. And
that's
you're
my
like,
line.
You chicken shits.
you fickle fucks.
What's
Nick
up, Dale,
Bray,
by the way?
My guy. What is up, my guys? KJ Nick, by the way, we have the best name. Yes, we do, sir. Anyways, still mind blown from last night's events and must say super psyched for tonight's SmackDown Madness. Who knows what's going to happen now?
No idea. not a lot announced for tonight either. We know we're getting a tag match, #1 contender tag match. We know Bailey's going to be there tonight. We know Trips is going to be there tonight. Logan's going to be there to talk to Nick Aldis, but not a lot has been announced for tonight. So I like when there's a bit of an open canvas, like, and we've talked about other wrestling promotions of leave a little bit of secret, don't look behind the curtain. We don't need to know about the Wizard.
Yeah, let the mind wander there. As long as you keep it within reason a bit. But I also allegedly, I guess, halfway confirmed of no Roman at all tonight, which I find interesting.
I don't trust that fully.
I think that's almost telling your hand if we're going to see some suspensions or anything of that's your way to get out of it. You're going to do a suspension angle.
I don't think that's a good idea.
What else do they do?
I think
I know this is the $1 million question. What is Triple H going to come out there and say?
Listen, I mean, we'll put this out to the chat. What do you guys think he's got on his mind? I'm imagining there's some type of match, some type of now that The Rock and Roman kind of aligned, it doesn't really make sense that Triple H will come out and say Cody picked his opponent for Mania, but The Rock's still going to have to fight Roman at Mania 2. So,
where did that come from? Who said that?
I'm just following following the people. But yeah, I mean, it's really up in the air. Like a suspension, maybe. I don't know. Maybe this has some implications to do with Chamber. It's wide open, dude. I love this, and the buzz going into tonight is excellent because we don't know.
Absolutely. What do you feel again that like there's certain buzz in the air of we have no idea what's going to happen, but we have a pretty good inclination that it's going to be great.
Yeah. And again, I mean, this is, we're just about 2 months away from Mania now, and we got a lot of time to kill. We got a lot of things to build up, and there's a lot of moving parts that have to fall into place. I'm here for all of it, and I do believe I'm getting the start of this show.
I have DraftKings, but love it or hate it, whether you are a fan of this whole storyline, whether you're, bigging up, the bloodline, any of that, or you can't stand it, you're a Cody crybaby, what have you, you're tuning in. That's what really matters at the end of the day is you're tuning in, like you said, over 4.7 million views on the whole press conference, not clips, not a snippet, not a short, not a reel, nothing. The whole press conference.
I got the whole then right now, just so you know. I got that.
Okay. I don't have the whole world in my hands yet.
Was a fine of
then right now.
There we go, folks. So Nick and I are locked in, ready to go. Smackdown is going live, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, hit like and subscribe. Remember, we are back tomorrow for more. We got our Super Bowl party on Sunday, and we are the channel that just watches more live wrestling than anybody else out there. And we appreciate everybody for stopping on by on a Friday night.
Absolutely. And again, spread our link everywhere like wildfire, like that damn Samoan tree that he pulled up. And I love everybody that's doing now all the memes of I want to show you this, and they're pulling up like the Russian like Itchy and Scratchy from The Simpsons and stuff like that, like all these little stupid shit behind them.
The internet is hilarious, man. People come up with some crazy, like I think we garner ourselves as pretty creative and pretty funny dudes, but man, do they come up with some nonsense. But here's Triple H. And even his little placard's very official as we go back to the kickoff. So this is it, man. And this is what they need to do. And I love the idea that you have something centralizing the whole show, right? Like we used to tune in. Yeah, there was other stuff on it. We loved the mid-carders and the side rivalries. But there was always something driving a show. It's been a while since we've had that. Absolutely. Like the bloodline has been the closest thing.
And then it's dissipated now, I feel. Venom Gaming, what up? I'm going to be mad if Rock shows up tonight because they're in my hometown. I'm seeing everyone so far but him. I don't know if he'll show up. I think he's, already on the set of some Moana movie or something. I do really like that now it's become this trend of them showing, even with you have Hunter walking backstage through, the arena and everything, of they're giving it more that sports presentation. We compared the the kickoff that they're showing us now to a UFC when they're announcing like during International Fight Week when they'll announce like 5 pay-per-views and everything. It felt like this a little bit.
See, money, welcome back, you funny fucker. We don't need to see the wizard, says Gandalf. I'm on
Spark my vitamins, little hobbit. If Baron Corbin in his hobbit fucking Frodo outfit shows up behind you,
you fool of a foul. Felt real last night at the press conference, as we're reliving it right now. Roman chooses The Rock. The Rock, accepts they're going to do this for the name of their family, respectfully go to war.
And they're really just literally reliving a fucking Fast and the Furious movie here, because was it Hobbs and Shaw?
Yeah, Hobbs and Shaw.
Roman was there on the fucking island and everything and just had like an extras fucking credit there. Because there's been some people that have said, well, The Rock's kind of just Big Brother and Roman right now here.
Yeah, it really is. And I mean, and yeah, that's what it is. And unfortunately for Roman's huge, but The Rock is huger.
Right. Well, and if you want to go full kayfabe with it here, I believe I read or I've seen that The Rock's technically, because of obviously the big Hollywood buzz and everything, is legitimately a high chief in Samoa from the head of Samoa. If I don't know, I don't want to offend anyone here. So he technically does, in kayfabe sense, is over Roman.
Right. We're about to get the replay of the slap. Anthony, welcome. You think Tony is pissed that his big business announcement was largely overshadowed by WWE's press conference and will finally come to realize he needs help in this wrestling business badly? Nick, I think this goes into what we've said for a long time. And I think you said it a lot of, just stay in your lane. This is big news. Like the Boston, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, big business is a big deal for him. So just be happy with your win. You know what I mean?
Well, and I don't think he's really going out there beyond that. Like, he's honestly with this, I feel halfway staying in his lane. He's actually, we kind of joked about it during the kickoff last night of like, right now, ain't nobody talking about big business now. We're talking about, why does The Rock's hand have biceps? Or why does his fingers have biceps as he's out there smacking Cody Rhodes? Literally, like the first comment under his tweet about like, because the pre-sale tickets sold out already. They've already sold out. So there is a hype for that. And I'm actually saying something nice about Sasha Banks. So, I'm feeling good.
It's time to play the game.
As we've got Hunter coming out, but I'll end this real quick he's staying in his lane. He's just getting way overshadowed right now.
The thing is, and I see fans out there like I saw reports like, they already sold the 4,000 seat pre-sale to TD Garden. I'm like, that's great. That's a big W for them. But let's just be honest. What we're getting right here, it's not the same thing. It's not, and it's not an insult. You're 5 years in. You're hoping one day you're playing, a press conference that fills a building. But right now, some of your shows aren't filling buildings. So just take your wins for what they are.
Well, I think it's a win for both sides here. I think it's when you get probably the certain fans that you're, alluding to and everything like that really try and make this that back and forth thing and, step outside their lane. Versus if you just look at this as for pro wrestling as a whole,
yeah,
I think they're both W's. And that's how I wish every other wrestling fan would look at that.
That is exactly the way it should be looked at, my friend.
Right.
Like if the WWE is doing all this big business, and then on the other hand, both GMs are in the ring.
Right.
Interesting, folks.
As well, shout out whoever has a Go Bills sign right there.
Go Bills and Tiffy time. Did you send friends to the arena?
A man after my own heart. Someone get me this man's name so I can shake his hand.
You send him a T-shirt for having to go.
Literally, random sign guy. If the internet sleuths can find him, I will send him a T-shirt just out of the blue.
Do these three not look like a faction?
Yeah, it's called the Authority.
There you go. Bow down to the king.
I'm still think that, especially now that he's starting to get them buttons a little looser there towards the top, I think he might be like, I am the game.
Over 12
I am the king of kings.
Over 12,000 people large in the building tonight. A big rock head, by the way.
Well, and then Rhodes Rollins 24 campaign sign here.
There was Triple H chants.
As there should be. I will remind everybody, though, as we've had a ton of chats already, and we're trying to click on everybody, but we do have the super chats, the super stickers, and all of that fun stuff. If you want to help support the channel, and that way you can make sure we get to your comment, because we talk a lot, and there's a lot of things going on, and y'all talk a lot too.
Facts. We're going to have to listen.
Yeah, a little bit here.
Feels like we're on the road to WrestleMania.
We took a hard left turn on fire.
Uh-huh.
Well, that goes back to how we talked about, did they pivot?
They might have.
Well, I think of that whole John Cena. How about a little heel turn as he does the actual heel to toe?
Yeah, I saw someone on TikTok yesterday of like, wow, Rocky sucks chance. Are they anywhere near Buffalo? What the fuck is that guy doing with the sign there?
I don't know where they are, actually. Someone let me know.
Where are they tonight, folks?
Right, but this feels like 1996 here with Rocky sucks. And you have, notice how the big Rocky fat head isn't current Rocky bald head, everything. This is literally gold chain, silk shirt. Yeah. Oh, they're in Charlotte.
Some people don't know their role. They're in North Carolina. Why is there a Bills fan in front and center?
We're international.
We got hose.
Trust me, I tried not to. Oh, and he's leaning in, trying to assert their authority.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I really don't care where you sit. We're getting Triple H the Game cutting a promo, not Paul Levesque.
Yeah.
The answers come from one place and one place only. And right now you are looking at it.
Yeah. Like I'm an infamous Triple H mark in this. I love this.
Oh, I'm a huge Triple H fan. I literally have the goose pimples.
Murdering.
This is, again, this goes back to, it may not be your TV 14, but we're back, baby. Pro wrestling is where it was when we were kids watching this.
The big pop when he announces the match against Cody. Thank you, Triple H, in the background.
Right.
What's up, Malik? Big Cody chance.
Right.
What's up, brother Jacob?
Where was this crowd at Vegas? Everybody was, little wishy-washy in Vegas.
What's up, Dave?
Matter as it doesn't matter what you love. Let's go. If we get a Triple H versus The Rock match, shut the fuck up.
Again, I don't believe it's humanly possible, but
I don't care. Just let me believe.
I'm with Nick on this one.
Am I 14 again? What the man?
Nicholas Aldis.
Now we're shifting it.
Here we're going to announce a chamber.
Yeah. But why is Aldis doing it instead of
because? We've had discussions.
3 from here and 3 from there.
That's good. You could potentially get a really unexpected matchup now.
Yeah. Get a Bobby Lashley, a Karrion Kross in there.
Oh, we're getting qualification matches.
Much like the women's.
Oh.
But to reiterate that WWE management is a united front, so they are together.
Thank you, Nicholas. I love it.
I hate the name Nicholas. Stop using it. Don't ever use it.
But hearing the fans the way they are tonight, feeling the energy, this does feel like we've turned the clock.
So
Look at it.
Orton, Bronson Reed, KO, Logan, AJ, Miz, Bobby,
Dom,
Ivar, Drew, Seth, or Drew, Sammy,
Ivar,
and LA Knight versus Dom. Well, someone's got to take a clear L.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to get some L's here.
But we're getting
Logan Paul
Drew versus Sammy to qualify for this. So we're getting them the payoff to qualify.
Okay.
That
Dom is going to fight AJ?
So AJ, Miz, KO, Logan, Orton, Bronson Reed. So who they're beside is who they're facing.
Cooking, folks. Cooking. As we're getting a chamber.
Keyshawn says WWE Continental Classic. Screw you. It's only one match instead of a series of matches.
Drew McIntyre in the house as he will open the show with a match tonight. Let's go.
My guy, I'm literally, I know, I guess I'm bonded with the Nick just like I am with that guy with the Buffalo sign and everything. I feel like a fucking kid again watching fucking pro wrestling now. Literally every moment I'm excited for it. I have no idea, but they're just nailing it out of the fucking park.
When people ask you, why do you like wrestling? These are the moments. This is the time. This is the vibe.
It's all the weird dumb shit that they walk in on.
Yeah.
As he's out here talking about CM Punk with the shirt on. But no, the brand split is not over. I see you, man. Mm-hmm. But it's not over, but this is all qualifying matches for a multi-brand chamber to face Seth.
DM Hunk. Drew versus AJ Styles.
No, it's Drew versus, if it's the qualifying match, it's Drew versus Sammy.
Yeah. Oh, no, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe. Is that you in the front row there with your phone? Right there on the corner, right by Drew right now with the kid with the cowboy hat?
I got a much nicer beard.
And much less hair. Respectfully.
Factually.
Well, I'm not too far off from you. So
right. I'm picking Drew for the win. Drew funny. Drew is fucking killing it. This guy has been stale as a 3-week-old bag of chips for a hot minute. And all of a sudden, like, he pivoted, but it wasn't just that he went heel, he got good.
He got a personality. He's been stale, like you said, he's been staler than a bag of chips since, honestly, WrestleMania 36.
Yeah. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah. Well, that's when they had the stupid sword and the sound effects, and he was just generic. Oh, so it is Drew versus AJ. So what the fuck?
Weren't they above each other in the
bracket? They were all beside each other, I thought.
Okay. But this should be a hell of a match, folks. We are going to take your predictions. I think Drew McIntyre is a favorite here, but you can't count out AJ Styles.
But you should. Drew's going to win.
Oh, yeah.
But how, I mean, I know it's a great match, but has this backslid AJ a little bit?
AJ's been in a very interesting spot. So we'll see what happens with AJ in the coming days. But, I mean, AJ's kind of in where Drew McIntyre was, of like, We like you. We just don't really care about you right now.
We just don't know what to do with you.
Yeah, Drew. Anybody taking a flyer on AJ? You don't want
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Drew. Well, I mean, it feels like Drew is the guy, right? This is Drew's chamber to take.
Oh, 100%. I think it's that, or could it be LA Knight? He was in there.
There
He's
you
in
go.
that pool. So is also one I Hear Voices, Randy Orton.
Was it Orton on the list?
Yeah. He was right there next to Bronson Reed.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, Bronson takes up a lot of space. I'm gonna pull up the official list. Ivar is a little bit of a surprise, but I mean he'll take an L.
Yeah, you kind of need one or two big guys there just to take an L.
Bronson could get into this though.
He goes over Randy if that. Well, again, I don't know the matchups because I thought they were doing the matchups side by side.
Well, this one, dude. If I'm reading this correctly, oh no, there is all scrambled eggs because we got Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, Bronson Reed, Ivar, Kevin Owens. See, I think Kevin Owens and Logan Paul take each other out of this. Like, I think they're still destined to fight each other separately. Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre, I think I said him, AJ Styles, we know, Dom Mysterio, The Miz, we could have done without probably, and LA Knight.
Is this around, like, was Keyshawn not fibbing and this is actually like some round robin bullshit? Because if it is, I don't like that.
No,
I thought they were straight up qualifying matches.
They don't have enough time to do a round robin. The participants.
Well, valid, but I thought you would have. The graphic that they had seemed like they were having the guy that they were facing right next to the guy, and they all kind of made sense a little bit. Versus this, if Drew versus AJ is a qualifying match. Looking at that graphic, it's all like you said. It's all scrambled eggs. It's all fumbly bumbly.
Yeah, but it's just qualifiers. So, winning you're in because it's the 9th of February. And so we got this. It's not this weekend, not next weekend, but the weekend after. So 2 weeks from Saturday. So they don't have enough time to do a whole bunch of fucking around.
Yeah, no, that's fine. And like Boston says, you win your match, you're in. It's simple. I'm not saying it's complicated. I thought the matches that they had, like the pairings was what they had on the graphic. I get that it's winning you're in. I just was going off the pairings.
Yeah, I guess it's a little more random.
A little bit. But first name John, thank you for the $5 super chat. As I see 102 people kicking with us already. We're 20 minutes in. Remember when it felt like they were going to do something new with AJ Styles? Well, they did. They said new, not good.
Well, yeah, they brought him back and it was like, oh, this new Jack, the lone wolf AJ. And then he kind of got swallowed up by the whole, fatal 4-way. And now we're back into, where we are now. So he
got beat up and spit out by the bloodline storyline, honestly.
You need to give him something of his own, like a mid-card storyline. Like, he doesn't have to go after a title, but put him in something that matters.
Randy Orton's here.
I will say, folks, there's about 52 likes on the stream right now. I got 98 people hanging around with us. Let's make sure, if you're going to watch us, give us a thumbs up. What are you waiting for?
Like I said earlier, smack the teeth out of that like button, the tooth out of that like button, that subscribe button, that bell notification. Well, I still find it funny that I didn't even notice. I think is because we were talking that there was the censored version of what The Rock said afterwards backstage and the uncensored version.
I had to go looking for that uncensored one of like, what did he say?
So it's Randy versus Sammy tonight for a qualifying match. What the Sammy's gonna go over Randy.
Sammy versus Randy Orton.
Interesting, but it makes no sense booking wise.
I don't care. I don't listen. That we're getting Drew McIntyre, AJ Styles, Sammy, Randy Orton. Oh, LA Knight coming out,
and even Rev Jess is out there. Like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, like shit, dude. Like just as I was saying Like we can't complain. Like I constantly be greedy, folks, but we are getting fed. We are getting fed.
John, what up? Said Big Nick. They said they were qualifying for. Yeah, I understand their matches qualifying for the chamber. I thought the bracket was the graphic. Is all.
Come on, Nick.
Yeah, I'm not slow. I'm just a little behind.
Lady, if he starts licking his camera, folks, we got problems.
The snozberries taste like snozberries. And if you don't get that Super Troopers reference, then shenanigans on you.
Shenanigans. Can I get a liter of cola?
Yeah, right. It's for a cop. What's that mean? Are you gonna spit in it?
All right, folks. If you haven't made a prediction yet, let us know. Let us know. I will remind everybody out there, we take a rating out of 10 at the end of the night. We want to know what the fans out there are thinking about these shows. So make sure you're here at the end and get your 2 cents in. But good evening, Brandon. How are you? Dale, and just in case, I think I said hello, Dale, but welcome, sir. Always a pleasure to see an OG in the chat.
Right. Safet, what up? Eric Tate saying, please pray for me. Why, my guy? I just need to know why the T's and P's. I'm not saying I won't give them to you. I just need to know why. Connor Pearson Ward, man's KPW. I'll call you that. He's agreeing with you right there of saying I can't complain because it's my favorite version of Drew. He needs to win the belt at Mania. Facts.
He's actually got us to a point. Like when we originally talked about this, remember we were talking about who replaces Punk, and I think you threw it out of like Drew, and I was like, get the fuck out of here.
That guy.
A week and a half later, I'm like, Drew not wins it. Let's go.
Right. Ronan, what up? Alexis, what up? Saying, put me in the chamber. Well, is that because they think you're Kevin Owens still and that you're going to be in the chamber automatically? So, like, just throw me in like the Pat McAfee spot of I'll just walk in and then just walk right back out.
Right. If we end up in the chamber, we're going to end up in the same pod, just, doing this. all the shit going on around us.
Well, if George Carlin shows up when we're both in the same pod, then it's fucking KJ and Nick's big adventure. First name
Shout
Joe.
Out to the buddy Christ. What's up, Jordan? How you doing? Drew for the win. Kenneth, what's the frequency, my guy? He's going Drew. Mega's going Drew. Sorry.
No, you're good. Brandon, good evening, Wrestling for Life gang. What up? Jordan out here saying, oh no, Randy Orton is hurt? How? What? When? Where? Why? And how?
Really? What? They just announced him for a match.
Yeah. Where are you coming from? You're quoting Meltzer now? Apparently, I'm confused, sir. Allow us to help. I'm not fine.
Yeah. Damien just on a completely different wavelength. Damien, we are very aware that there's a show going on right now. We know the J Cup is happening, but sorry.
Yes, I know Damien's excited and Steven Chambers was excited about it. You guys can update us about it. So cool. Nick Wayne got a W, all of that. But right now, I don't want my attention pulled away from SmackDown.
No, and listen, tomorrow we are live for Collision. We'll have a little more downtime to peek in to night 2 of the Jersey J Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be real. Priorities, folks.
Especially when most of Collision is CMLL. Sorry.
Yeah, facts.
It looks like a fucking Power Rangers reunion or something.
AJ is in jobber territory. Not white.
Well, it depends on if you're talking about Styles or Francis. Francis, yes. Styles, not quite.
Right. AJ is winning this match. Oh, bold statement from the gamer.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Drew seems like he's clicking right now, unless like Sammy cost Drew, but I'm not in for that. Get Drew at least into the chamber.
Oh, 100. Yeah, that's the thing is you're not picking someone to win the belt now. You're just picking them to be in the chamber.
Yes.
Drew's got to at least be in the chamber.
Dun, dun, dun. I will take a moment to remind everybody who's tuning in right now, we watch more live wrestling than anybody else out there. We will be back tomorrow. Like I said, we got Collision. We have GCW. Then Sunday, Super Bowl. party with the crew. It's going to be a fun one. We're going to have a big day. I'm still going for the Niners. I'm not sure where you've, laid your loyalty.
At this point, I will make it official. I've made my decision.
We might have to put the. Oh, you made your decision. I interrupted. My bad.
No, go ahead. Finish what you're saying. I won't be like Cody and say this is bullshit. Go ahead.
This is bullshit. I said we might have to find a way to put the prediction title on the line for the Super Bowl. Maybe prop picks.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to cut creative. If anyone has any suggestions, let us know.
That's interesting.
But yeah, or do you get a special, like, instead of it, you get the big cap, like,
right?
You get the first ever big cap award or something. I made my decision. I'm going with the Swifties, with Kansas City Chiefs, the Tribal Chiefs. At least then I can say my Bills lost to, the Super Bowl champions. And I'll say this, being as we're in commercial right now. Yes, who this man. I'll be the villain. I'll be the heel. I'll turn like Dwayne. But if I'm looking at this from a football sense, San Francisco's come from behind their past 2 games. When you get behind from, facing Patrick Mahomes, you're not coming back. It's very unlikely that if 49ers get behind, that they're going to be able to come back.
It's valid. But I don't care.
Checks out, but go fuck yourself.
Yeah, no, that don't fall behind. I'm hoping the San Francisco D can show up. I think you got to rattle Mahomes, and I think it's doable. I think you can really rattle him.
With Chase Young and Joey and Nick Bosa, actually, shout out to another Nick. Absolutely, with those two on your edge, and you've got Fred Warner straight as your middle linebacker. The San Francisco defense has all the potential in the world to really get at what's at times been a clunky Kansas City offense.
Yeah.
It's going to be, though, this is really going to be show up and show out for Brock Purdy.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, he's my guy, the underdog, my MVP. I really think this guy gets overlooked. So this could be a statement game for Mr. Purdy.
The Sami Zayn of the NFL. The underdog from the underground.
Got to go for an underdog. But we are back to the action, folks. And we got AJ going for a Styles clash. Always looks funny against Drew because Drew's gigantic.
Well, anyone that's bigger than AJ Styles, like when he did it against Cena, and he's having to it's like, oh my God, this is gonna go bad.
Right. I'm kind of stuck on this. I want to say Drew got the advantage, but AJ, well, I don't know. It's interesting. Is it interesting LA Knights at ringside for this? Is it AJ in LA?
I like a back and forth between Drew and LA.
Mm-hmm.
Two kind of guys that have that little bit of an edge, that little can slide something in.
I think we might be setting up LA and AJ at some point. I feel like AJ will be all elite. I feel like you're going to be completely wrong, James. I think AJ is sailing off into the sunset, a happy WWE retiree.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Have you heard of the rumors of it being LA Knight versus Logan at WrestleMania for the US belt?
Yeah, I kind of been beating that drum. I kind of think that would be great, but this KO story is going really well and it's continuing.
Ooh. So kip up from Drew, but selling the knee. I like if he's just doing this just to troll. Like in Seth, because I think it's same leg and everything too.
There you go. Sean wants to be different. There you go.
Right. Big game Al saying Drew's gonna win.
Is it Al or AI? I'm just kidding.
I'll call you Al.
Al.
Well, calf crusher. Drew climbs and grabs the bottom rope.
A tournament for the participation belt. Oh, poor thing.
It is the losers bracket.
It's funny. And again, I think once you start calling that within the business, Like within the company, I believe you take the sting out of people saying it, right? Because you've now acknowledged it, and Seth gets to kind of counter the criticism. Jesus.
AJ going up to the Phenomenal Forum, and Drew just says, "Fuck on out of here."
LA Knight, yeah.
Why? But yeah, now it takes the sting out of it. It's, well, if I make fun of myself, then when you make fun of me, it's not so bad because you don't sound as cool because I already did it.
Sean, do me a favor, Sean. Take your ears. Take big plastic
Don't do what he's saying. It's self-harm.
No. But there's 1,000,005 things you could do to your ears that would be better than listening to Meltzer. Like listening to us.
I was gonna say, like listening to our whole back catalog.
Yeah, don't listen to Meltzer. He's just making shit up. See,
yeah. Yeah, we're setting up AJ versus LA. Has that water bottle stuck clean into that padding there at ringside? Right between that and the barricade. That thing slotted in there perfectly like a goddamn cup holder.
Yeah. LA's out here to give AJ the out, I think. Roll up, but
2, 3, 4. Yeah. You called it. We're setting up the feud down the road between AJ and LA.
Mm-hmm. Which is
well,
good.
It started as soon as when AJ came back and swung on LA. Claymore.
That was a nice short Claymore. Like just quick.
A Claymore out of nowhere.
Yeah, I like the idea of LA AJ, Nick, because to me it really gives heel AJ a little substance. Because people still kind of want to cheer AJ, but they really like LA right now. So this helps AJ as much as it helps LA.
Fair enough. Absolutely. Well, and it's been set up since AJ came back and kind of just swung on LA because he kind of nudged him. AJ is going to cost LA Knight his own match. Fair enough. Valid right there.
Dude, I'm loving these graphics for Chamber.
Can we just say we're over a half hour into the show? Has there been a bad moment so far in tonight's SmackDown?
I feel like I haven't taken a breath.
No, literally.
Water bottle for the win. That was well done.
Now, if only the Buffalo Bills could have kicked them like that fucking water bottle. It just landed it perfectly.
Right. There's Sami Zayn. I'm waiting to see the people who are like, what about the draft? What about the brands?
Oh, no. Somebody already mentioned that a while ago in the
did they?
comments, and that's why I acknowledged it earlier. This is a multi-brand thing.
Yeah, they had both GMs of the shows come out and say, we are getting along to make this happen.
Well, they said that very much they're a united front. And let's not forget how much that was Triple H going back into I am the game as he's taking shots at. It doesn't matter what you like. And shots here at The Rock, shots there at The Rock, 100%.
No, it's definitely a great feel to it. Again, the little quibs, the if you know comments, like it was very well done. And the energy in the building has not dissipated at all.
Absolutely. I don't think it's dissipated with us, with the stream, with the show, the crowd, anything. To soften the blow of Cody losing to Reigns, Knight should beat Seth.
I'm okay with that.
Fuck them all. Both heels win.
Right.
Well, you should answer this one because, former Torontonian there, Carlos Delgado, saying, will you guys live stream Elimination Chamber at 5 a.m.?
Well, shout out to Blue Jays Hall of Famer, Carlos. We will be here at 4:30 a.m. because not only do we like to be here on time, we are always early. Some people can't even make it for, on time. We are early.
Right,
so we will be here live for Elimination Chamber at 4:30 a.m. So grab your bacon, grab your pancakes, grab your wake and bake, and your coffee. We're going big.
Translated for those out there, we'll be here at the ass crack of dawn.
Facts.
Right. But it'll be, instead of brunch with the boys, it'll be wake and bake with the boys.
Right. Wake and bake with the Rossin for Life Network, folks. It's going to be a fun one. And again, we will be here. I don't think we'll be there that night for Collision, but yeah.
Hell no. Hell no.
We'd be sleeping by then. But yeah, no.
You're setting my whole clock. So I'll see money real quick. I'll be up that 420 at Elimination Chamber. Shit, why did we go at 420?
We can go at 420. I was just trying
Let's go. Let's do it.
Go.
It only fits too perfectly.
All right, it's official. Wake and bake.
See money, you twisted my arm, which means you just pinched my pinky finger.
Right there. Proceeds going to see money.
No, proceeds going into the GoFund vitamin collection.
The Wake and Bake Fund.
We need to find something like that.
My God. Well, I mean, shit. I like this. I'm not cooking. Hey, listen, I think I'm going to be up to my eyeballs in Mick everything that morning.
No, that's why you get shit beforehand, and then you just have it that morning. Like, you just little reheat there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be it's a fun time here at the channels, folks. Like, we're going into this weekend. We got the Super Bowl party this weekend. It's going to be a fun one. So grab your pizza and your snacks. We're going to be live for that. Then we go all through next week. We got the Chamber coming up. We got Revolution coming up. We got our birthday coming up. We will turn 2. We're not even 2 yet, and we're rolling. But
sorry, I didn't mean to fully cut you off there, but yeah, we're damn near almost at 4K subscribers. We're damn near at almost 1 million views on the channel, folks. So 100% be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. I know you say it constantly, and now it's undeniably a fact. We are the fastest growing wrestling channel out there.
Mm-hmm. We're growing at a clip, dude. It's fucking fun to watch, and we appreciate it so much. But Connor, in true Canadian, send me some doubles. I'm gonna need them. Let's go.
Now, well, Christ, now this is going to be the comparison of Tim Hortons versus Dunkin's, which, granted, I am not a Dunkin's guy. I'm actually not even a coffee guy. I'm a tea guy.
Oh, like a tea
guy? I don't do the coffee. I'll drink like Mountain Dew and shit when I get for my caffeine, but I don't
run on coffee and nicotine, my friend.
I run on one of those, and the other one can be replaced with something else. But yeah,
well, that's the third element.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, literally, I'll go to Tim's for the coffee. I'll go to McD's for the sandwiches.
See, I haven't even thought out for Chamber yet. I'm already thinking about Super Bowl because we discussed it last night. I'm getting that hot honey, getting double pepperoni pizza from Pizza Hut. I'm gonna be a full fat kid.
Right. Did someone say Tim Hortons? Anthony in Atlanta, shouting out Timmy's.
Isn't that? Do you even know what they are, sir?
I believe he came all the way.
Because you know it just from memes. Have you ever stepped foot in one, sir?
I think Anthony was, and I don't want to speak for him because I'm sure he can type for himself, but I'm pretty sure he was all the way to London, Ontario, not England, Canada, to see a wrestling show. So he's been here at least once.
No, so because he had one time, it's like a trip to fucking Disneyland is to go to a Tim Hortons in fucking Canada.
You have to. You got to hit up the Timmy's.
If you hit a Dunkin' Donuts in New England, you're just a regular. I don't know.
Tim Hortons has great breakfast. They're not, but they're not a McMuffin, my guy. They're okay. I don't mind me a farmer's wrap, but that's all right. Who's this?
Christ, that'll be a whole different discussion here.
Oh,
as we're getting pretty deadly. Next commercial break, we'll discuss.
Yeah,
fast food breakfast.
There you go. He does not have one in Atlanta, but he's from Buffalo. So there you go.
Fair enough.
When we would go on hockey tournaments to like the bordering states, we would get jazzed when we found a Tim's. Pittsburgh and shit like that.
Boston, New York, we had a Timmy's. But see, this is Anthony. This is why I like you, because you're from Buffalo.
Oh, so pretty deadly here, and we got a bandaged hand thanks to Pete Dunne.
Not his wanking hand.
Well, that's why he's got his partner.
Yeah. Well, Dutch rudder there. This literally looks like this. What the fuck?
Yeah. Triple H opened the show, Hagen, and he basically said, he didn't really say much as far as the situation goes.
He just said, screw the Rock, screw the Rock, screw the Rock.
And to you, Nick Aldis.
Right.
You have a Tim Hortons in the UK? That's crazy.
Because you said London, Ontario.
Oh, it's shit. Wait. I missed the second part. Why is it shit?
Oh, wait, what?
Connecticut. Good shout out. Now we're just tracking. We're putting little pins on the board of where the Timmy Hoes are. I thought ice caps. Let's fucking go. Yes. Have you ever had an ice cap, my friend?
By my facial expression, clearly not.
Yeah. It's a nice cappuccino.
Oh, so an iced coffee.
Been there several times. There we go.
Or it's the McCafe shit.
Yeah, it's not the same. Overpriced McDonald's. See, it's not. They're on par here. Yeah, I guess internationally they're more expensive, perhaps. But here we go. We're back. We're getting the replay from last week where Bayley made her decision and Damage Control has exiled her. I wouldn't say Damage Control has broken up, but they are definitely not a united front anymore with Bayley.
Well, yeah, no, it's more of literally Bayley's just been exiled. I would go ahead and say that. I think Dakota Kai, like we've said for the longest time, is very much going to be the leader of this whole faction. That it's getting even iffy as to how close she is to actual in-ring action versus just, oh, well, she'll take over as kind of the talking point, because she already kind of was there. And that's when we started to see the writing on the wall. So yeah. Bayley's just done. I think the rest of Damage Control is a united front.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we don't quite know what we're doing with Dakota Kai right now, but we imagine she's going to be in the same position.
Right. It's so interesting that she sat there and learned 2 lines of Japanese to sit there and throw it in the promo, and they even they just so well. Facial of like, oh shit, we're caught.
Yeah, no, that was such a good moment when she turned and she dropped that line, and you saw the face of the 3 women, and the crowd went, oh, like it was well done. And right. I think one of the best female segments in any company we've had in a long time.
Well, absolutely. Well, this is the first time in damn near, I almost dare say 5 years that Bayley's been babyface.
It's been a hot minute, yeah.
And not only just babyface, but like, again, a warranted, a justified babyface. She's not out here just like the hugger. No, now you want to cheer for her because she feels validated of she's sticking up to the bullies.
And she feels authentic more than she feels like the seasoned vet opposed to the gimmick, right? She used to be all gimmick, and one of the best heel turns in history was her cutting down the wacky, waveable, whatever the fuck.
Wacky, wavable, inflatable, arm flailing 2-man. Wacky, wavable, inflatable, arm flailing 2-man.
There you go.
Yeah, this is more Pamela than Bayley, I would say.
Yeah. But there you go. Did not Bayley translate for EO when they first formed up? I don't know. You might be right. I don't remember that, but we got Bianca Belair here.
Vitamins may affect short-term memory.
Mm-hmm. The four horsewomen can't happen because Mercedes already signed with AEW.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, yeah, but they can, supplement and, actually have a good wrestler in that place instead of Mercedes.
I think we're looking at it right now with
Belair. I'm with
Bayley. What if they do that with that's Jade?
That'd be very interesting.
Instantly just jump you up. You go from, straight out the gate to you jump up 5 levels.
Right.
Bayley's been a heel even before the pandemic. So see, like I said, it's been about 5 years.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
even when she first turned heel, like you said, she took out the wacky moving flail arm flailing two-man.
It was
a huge moment for her.
Yeah. Remember the video of the kids crying? I thought it was great.
Yeah, screw you, Izzy.
And here comes Mission with the Good Brothers.
Have they just become valets now?
Yep.
Just bald bearded valets.
There you go. 100% easy bake. Can't deny that.
Wait, what?
The EST.
Are those the same person? The EST over the boss?
Well, one is Belair and one is Sasha.
Oh,
the vitamins are good over on your end.
I dummy effect here. I get thrown off with the Mercedes Monet here. Yeah, I got it from Richard. I got some of that hopium there from Damien.
Right. Does anyone else find it ironic that AEW tribalists say Punk is injury prone and washed, but then they're excited for Sasha? Again, I think sometimes the beauty is in the eye of the beholder, my friend.
Yeah, you can say that. I don't even know how to make heads or tails of that tribalistic base there at this point.
Is this so? We got Mission. By the way, we will take a prediction on this match. Are you taking Belair? Are you taking Mission? And I believe this is a chamber qualifier.
Yes, sir.
So
I'm taking Belair.
Yeah, I think everybody is.
Well, you were
2 minutes to the break. My God.
Yeah, we go to commercial here. Well, because you were even questioned, I think, last night of we had Belair at the kickoff, but she had no match announced or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
it was weird that Belair. I mean, I like Belair. Great. They want to, hype up the show. But I think that's the spot where Belair could have stayed home and Bayley could have come out to at least acknowledge it. Or, that's just me being picky. If I'm being picky on what was like a 4.5 out of 5 star show, if there was one little tweak, it was probably a 5 out of 5. Let's be real. But if there was one little tweak I could have suggested, was maybe have Bayley come out and talk about her match.
I would have liked that. Maybe you could have done with, I almost don't know if you want to cut the panel. I think Bianca was there very clearly, and I think I called it on stream of she was just there of, hey, new Hulu show, go watch it. Now, granted, it's interesting that she name dropped Sasha Banks while she was out there as well.
Right.
Just a little bit. Don't say that too loud around John Ross Sapp. He'll lose his mind because you'll say that he was wrong about something.
Mia Yim for the win. Dun, dun, dun. After these messages.
Fair enough, as KJ is taking a pause for the cause here, as I'm in commercial break. So, again, I will remind everybody as we got 70 some odd people kicking around with us. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. We are here for Friday Night Smackdown. And oh, by the way, we'll still be here for Rampage. If you're really holding on for that, I'm sure there'll probably be plenty of us to still talk about when it comes to WWE, respectfully compared to Rampage here. But we'll be here live for that. And then tomorrow, back at it like a jackrabbit for Collision. Night 2 of the Jersey J Cup there, the kind of the final, and then Sunday, 100% Super Bowl party. Absolutely. I want to say we started it last year. I could be wrong, but those have always been just super fun. And we really actually, I mean, it's interesting now of how even the wrestling's, invaded the Super Bowl. If you got George Kittle out there getting questions about the Cody storyline here, but 100%. Love just chilling with the fam, talking some football and everything. Kind of give us a little breather here outside of just this wrestling chaos, because we're 9 days into the second month of 2024, and already it has just been chaos. Christ, think about it. Within, 6 to 8 days, you had The Rock out there shaking hands with Cody and him walking off with a sad face, and now he's out there turning around and slapping the taste out of his mouth. So 100% 2024 is a wild time already out of the gate when it comes to pro wrestling. And there's no place better to spend it with than your favorite wrestling buddies, the alternative commentary you can't get anywhere else, and the wrestling buddies you need in your life. And there's only one wrestling family on YouTube, and it is the Wrestling for Life Network. So be a friend, tell a friend. As I'm back from action, I've got Mission and Bianca just throwing hands right now here. Honestly, the best thing that can happen to the Good Brothers is Tama Tonga comes in and joins up with them. No one was looking for Tama Tonga on that bloodline here. I know he's probably clearly not related, but still, could we see him get involved in that bloodline? Like, who do we have, I guess, on our fantasy draft to get involved with the bloodline if we start to expand that now, especially when we're bringing up names like Jacob Fatu and Lance Anawahi, who are both free agents on WWE television. So could we see an influx of Samoan or Samoan representatives? Bianca with goes for the springboard moonsault, but Misha tried to have the knees up, but got caught. Malik Riddles, Curvin Abreu's. So you mean to tell me she is part of the qualifying match? She did win last night. Wait, what? Now is happening? Ooh. Who are you arguing with now? Oh, Jade Cargill was last night too. Wait, no, she was in attendance. She was not there at all. She was not on screen, which was, I think, is very interesting. Of where do we see Jade Cargill show up? Because the last time we saw her was at the Rumble. She eliminated Nia, and then she's just been MIA since then. So we'll see where she shows up, where that leads. But I think she's an outlier, a wild card, I would say. I'm not interested in Becky versus Rhea at WrestleMania. Why, Safet? Why? That's the thing, though. I think people are taking where they feel right. A superplex from Mission onto Bianca here. She's going for the cover. 1, 2, two go. I think people are set on how they feel about the story right now. And well, I'm not excited for it when it's going to be there. We're not there yet. Let them build, let them cook. I almost hate using the term cook now, because I feel like WWE's used it so much in the past 48 hours here. Even Cody dropped in his promo, which was a hard line, but you had Nick Aldis dropping on Twitter. Just, let them cook there. Nick, who should Andrade feud with first? That's a good question. And he's clearly on Monday Night Raw, but allegedly he's going to be a babyface. Who would he be able to go against on? Does he get just mixed up in the Intercontinental feud? I don't know, because that's clearly going to be Jay's thing. As we got Bianca with a KOD, 1, 2, 3. So Bianca Belair qualifier number 2 for the Women's Elimination Chamber. So we've got Becky and Bianca are the 2 qualifiers so far for the chamber here. Heading to Elimination Chamber. Yes. I wish Shayna had beat Becky to win the chamber to face and beat Rhea at WrestleMania 40. It could still happen. I still think, as what they've done in the past, is the last spot always comes down to like a multi-woman match of everybody that was in a qualifier match that's lost so far, I feel. So there's still hope. There's still potential. Juan's 2-0. Christian's 2-0. Booyah again. I'm on a roll, literally. You have that. As I've got Bailey backstage here. I can't tell if she's supposed to be looking emotional or happy here, but yeah. As I'm in again, commercial break. Where is Curtis with this over-under on commercial breaks here? Because I feel like granted, they've kind of fit when they've done them, but we've been a little commercial heavy, I feel. Been great, but had plenty of commercial breaks so far here. What's up, WrestleMania friends? J-Boy, what up? Bailey in the building, absolutely. Okay, it looks like everybody posting wins and losses, so I believe that means the rank system is on okay. Malik, I'm not sure where you're at, my guy, but I hope you find Earth sometime here, sir. If you want to explain where you're at, I get it, but I'm lost with that comment. When was the last time Mission won a match? Valid. Has she won a match since she's been back? That's an interesting, debatable topic here. Because I know she hasn't had too many matches, so be interesting to see if she's actually even won any here. But Damien and Bianca Belair is good friends with Mercedes aka Sasha Banks. Bianca Belair and Sasha and her had one of the best women's matches in history. Fair enough, Damien. I don't know where the whole best friends thing had to come into play, but I'll give you that. But yes, as we're again in commercial break right now, but so we've still got Randy versus Sammy to happen tonight. Who do you guys have for that? And we also do still have the British Strong Style taking on DIY in a qualifying match to see who's going to be number one contender for the tag titles here. And I feel like that's a match straight out of like NXT 2017, 2018 here. I think that match is going to go really great as far as technical in-ring wise, as far as build, and just I'm kind of lost on DIY here with that terrible entrance music and their terrible ring gear, but this is an outlier shot here. Could we see Sheamus show up here? I know KJ's talked about a bunch of him potentially showing up. Sheamus comes back here and he ends up helping British Strong Style end up being the qualifiers for the tag titles. Larry, what up? So we got Larry on Larry Action. Just gave you a like. Yes, 100%. If you haven't done so already, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that like button. As I got 77 people kicking around with me right now, as I see 71. So see, we're still like 5 or 6 short here. So let's go. But I appreciate everybody here. As so they're pitching to their championship belts for NFL teams exclusive of you can get your exclusive San Francisco 49ers or Kansas City Chiefs championship belt here from WWE, as they're literally running. And again, I've said this so much. I know it's not TV 14. I know it's not Blood, Guts, and Gore and TNA and all of that. And, you know, Vince Russo is a fucking fossil at this point. But WWE is back fully in the mainstream here. Pro wrestling is back fully. I shouldn't even say it's company exclusive here, but we're literally like got USA Today. We've got the New York Times, Wall Street Journal. We've got this major news source, that major news source, all talking about even just stuff that happened last night, on top of all the other examples that I've listed here before with the Emmys, late night talk show, getting blockbuster movies here. Pro wrestling is in the mainstream. It's cool to be a pro wrestling fan again. Honestly, as Braun Breaker out here, suited and booted, backstage meeting here with Triple H. Well, I have you here. I kind of just want to pick your brain. Oh, so Braun's not decided. He's still debating. Granted, we've got him on SmackDown with the SmackDown logo on the TV behind him in a blue suit as Paul Heyman walks in. Instantly just, now does this become a bloodline thing, or does this become, I was about to say, does it become him recruiting? As Heyman says, now that's a hell of a talent from a really wacky family. And Heyman saying, I can see now it's not a good time. So Paul Heyman again, the GOAT, the perfect guy to have. You literally, this is just, when I come back, I'll be with my tribal chief, Roman Reigns. So is Roman going to be here tonight? Now and The Rock. Now, anyone can clarify me. Did he mention about that being tonight, or is that later on, like
They just
down
kind
the
of
road?
left it
Just
very
left it
open-ended.
hanging, and it could be.
Yeah, it could be tonight, it could be next week, it could be next month. But when he returns, and Paul Heyman, like the professional shit disturber that he is, as Bailey coming to the ring. But man, again, just stirring the pot, and you see the look on Triple H's face of like, I want to snap your neck.
But does this not feel like the super bloodline right now? Like you have
Yeah.
Heyman, that no credit or discredit to either side, you could say is your Bischoff. You have The Rock showing up as your Hollywood Hogan. You've got Roman out there as your Kevin Nash. Like this is just your super faction of this.
Yeah, 100%. An unexpected twist. But man, again, not only do you have already the pull that the tribal chief has, now you have that corporate table pull. Again, we talked about it, like the absolute power up against the guy who's trying to run the show. It plays so well, Nick.
Absolutely. Well, so everybody's letting us know, Capone, Boston, for first name John C. Money. So it is next week. Okay.
Now he
But
didn't say that though.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't hear that.
I was here talking, so I definitely didn't hear it. But I was saying with Heyman being there as the, like you said, the ultimate shit disturber, the man who stirs every pot,
Right?
being out there paired with Roman Reigns and The Rock, it's literally you have the best guy doing it currently and the best guy doing it previously, paired with the best guy on the microphone.
Yeah. I mean, it works so well. It's got, I mean, again, we feel the energy in the building tonight. Like it really feels different. Like it feels like everything's hitting different.
Right.
Huge Bailey chance.
Yeah. And shout out to everyone that just found out about
Okay,
the
so everyone
glory
is
that
saying
is Bailey, because of her, thickness with the quickness there. You've been just late to the party, so you're just hoping that there's some cake left for you.
right. Will Goldust show up in the WWE? I do think there is a retirement match for Dusty Rhodes on his way to the Hall of Fame when he is done with AEW. Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah. Well, that's the only thing that you feel is, if you had to search upon search, if you could ultimate fantasy book this, is if Dustin and Cody were standing side by side versus Dwayne and Roman.
Right? It's kind of got a vibe to it, right?
Oh, it's got all the vibes of it. It's very much, you could see The Rock was setting up with talking about his family, and there's only one family, and that's when we were both even sitting here waiting of Cody's music to sit there and hit of, there's more than one royal family in wrestling.
Mm-hmm. You deserve a chance for Bailey. TK, take notes. This is called storyline.
Yeah. So she's sitting there pointing out of how every time I walked into her room, they stopped talking, all that.
I love the wrestling. I love wrestling promos. There you go. Oh, Dakota's back.
Right?
Are you ghosting
I've been
me?
trying to text you all week. Are you ghosting me?
There's 52 weeks in a year. I don't know what that's in response to.
You can have that.
Part-timers is wrestle. Okay.
Dakota saying, I didn't know about all this going down.
Dakota playing innocent. I don't buy it.
Oh, absolutely. Well, like you said, Bailey's very much playing the veteran of, I've seen this too much to not know what's going on.
Right? I was put in a tough spot trying to play the sympathy card. Great crowd in NC. I mean, a great hair, traditionally a great place to go for wrestling.
What a place that you think of when you think pro wrestling. When you think places in America and you think pro wrestling, Charlotte, North Carolina is one of them.
Yeah. North Carolina.
Take your shirt off, wave around your head. Spinning like a helicopter. North Carolina, come on and raise up. Oh. She's failing at trying to, act like a babyface here.
The crowd not buying it either. Oh, speak of the Kai.
Right.
Get in there, AJ. Bailey needs
I miss the three of us. So she just wants her to go back to her, Bailey, and Io.
I don't buy it. Nobody buying this shit.
Nobody buys this. Bailey doesn't buy it. Nobody buys it.
She's gonna get jumped.
But that's the thing is, does Bailey fall for this and we get the, reach for a hug here and then Dakota just beats her over the head with like the knee brace or something?
Right.
I like Mans with the sign that just using the WWE logo for whoop that trick with a Wu-Tang shirt on and a Wu-Tang hat on. Man loves W's.
Right. Where do you stand, says Bailey. Dakota is the mastermind of it all, 100%. Iman saying she is the most irrelevant one of the group. Put some respect on Dakota.
Well, if I was her, when Bailey asked me where do I stand, I would have said with a limp.
Like it,
a little to the side.
And here comes Damage Control as we know it now.
Yeah, the Kabuki Warriors, aka Stardom Light.
Dakota rolls out. Not yet.
I like the idea of Io, Asuka.
Oh, here comes Dakota.
She's got a chair. She's gonna Seth Rollins. Everybody saw this fucking coming.
Oh, she swung at Io. Oh,
bullshit.
Bullshit.
Why would you feign to go at fucking Bailey though? You've already swung at the three people. It's not like there's 75.
All right.
You can count 1, 2, 3.
It's just knee jerk, muscle memory.
Well, she can't knee jerk, my guy. She literally physically can.
That's how we got in this mess.
That's how we got here. Her knee jerked.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Dakota Kai scares off Damage Control, and we're still not sure. Dakota playing it safe, but I don't think anyone's buying it. But I like that they're not just handing it over.
You can't give it away all out of the gate here. You still got till April.
We got time. We got time to kill.
Right.
No, I don't think anyone's buying innocent Dakota. But that's
Jesus Christ is Caleb Braxton that short? Is Randy Orton that fucking tall?
Bit of column A, bit of column B, Nick.
There you go.
I'll admit Dakota Kai looks cute in Nike sneakers. All right, Christian. Feeling the sneaks.
Now, if it was Adidas, just fuck out of here.
Gem in the hologram.
Some New Balances. I won't even look at her.
Sure. Easy Bake showing his vintage with that one. Gem in the holograms in the house.
Yeah.
Jade could be the best in the world. She will be. She will be, J-Boy. Give her time.
Right.
Damn, Dakota had a Lita face. Happy birthday to me. Is it actually your birthday? What?
You said Lita, so I said Leva.
Leva. Is it actually your birthday, or are you just celebrating because you see cake?
No, well, I saw this on Instagram, so happy birthday, MD.
Big happy birthday, my guy. See, wait. No.
You gotta do, what's the one that does the balloons?
Yes.
There you go.
There you go.
KJ got balloons for himself for your birthday.
There you go. There you go. And here comes British Strong Style. And there goes Nick for a pause.
Right.
I see those fingers. Dun, dun, dun. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready for the #1 contender match. Who will take on your tag team champions in Judgment Day? We are about to find out who you taking, who you taking. Do you got Tyler Bate and Dunn or DIY? Yes. There you go. There you go, buddy. There you go. There you go. Having 80 flashbacks all over the place here. Yeah, Randy Orton cutting a promo. Randy Orton ready to go, folks. And it's, again, we are being very spoiled as far as the content we're getting here tonight. Definitely, we already had Drew versus AJ. LA Knight was here. Triple H still involved. Paul Heyman's here. We just had Bayley and Damage Control on the show. The show is stacked. The crowd is energized. And again, we can't really complain so far. And I'm looking forward to this match. Dakota is the devil. She's the devil in disguise. Dakota chooses Bayley for now. Yeah, it's just a ruse. It's a ruse. Now the question is, does Dakota make her turn official before Mania or at Mania? Can she win over the trust of Bayley? It's a real chair. Cry me a river. There you go. There you go, folks. But we are rolling along back into a commercial break, setting up the next match. Like I said, it will be for the #1 contenders match. So get your predictions in. Who is going to go on to take on Judgment Day? I still think that whoever is about to face Judgment Day is going to fail. I think ultimately Awesome Truth is Awesome Truth is up next for those tag titles. KJ, how long until we get Dom versus Rhea feud? I think a hot minute. I don't think they're going to give up on that anytime soon. I mean, there will be a time or a place where they separate. Listen, somebody threw out the idea that could it potentially have Dominic Mysterio side with Nia Jax? That's his new mommy. Think about it. I find it strange we haven't seen Jade since the Rumble. I also find it strange, Boston. I get it. You brought her in, you showed her off, you had to get her, trained. You had to get her into the Performance Center. And like Triple H said, of no fault of her own, she just wasn't quite at the level that they expected her to be. And they want to make sure that when they do put her in that ring, she is ready to go. She's going to look solid. We don't want somebody that we're going to strap a rocket to look weak or not look as strong as she's supposed to. So I get that. But when she came in the Rumble, I thought, okay, here we go. We've got her now. We are going to get her moving forward. I am a little surprised that we haven't continued to get her. We'll see. Maybe, I don't know. The idea that is there a lack of things for her to do? I don't know. But I do think they're being very patient and very careful. Right now, Rhea Ripley's tied up with Nia Jax. Bayley's tied up with Io Sky. So time and place, perhaps. I don't know, guys. I really think we need to get her sooner than later, right? Like, no one's denying that she's a big star. Nobody's denying that she has, some natural God-given talent. I appreciate what the WWE is doing, not just throwing her in there and making her look bad. But when is the time? When do we start cashing in? I mean, are the days of her contract clicking away with her being underutilized or not utilized at all? Chicken tenders. I don't even know how we got there. Imperium for tag champs. I would love for Imperium to be tag champs. I would love for Imperium to be booked on a different level and look better than they have. Most times they come off as just the lackeys to Gunther, but I think there's so much there with Imperium. Such a big fan. I would love to see them go after the belts. Dakota will pick her side at Mania. She's going to play a huge role in Bayley versus Io. Very interesting. My only thing is, if you wait till Mania for Dakota to turn, then my anticipation is Io beats Bayley. Would you feel the same way, Big Dog? But we are back to the show, and I got Bobby and the Profits with B-Fab. And now they're talking about their rivalry with the Final Testament. When Buddy come back? Soon. Hopefully. No, apparently Malachi and Buddy, it all depends on who you ask. If you ask Meltzer, they're already halfway out the door. I believe they're under contract till 2027. Now, unless they had re-upped, I think that's too long. So I think the minute they can get out of AEW, they will. And it feels that way. I mean, look at their records. You got Dave Meltzer going out there accusing them of not willing to do jobs, where Buddy Murphy has to post the fact that he hasn't won anything. He hasn't won a trios match. He hasn't won a tag team match. He hasn't won a singles match. Like, again, this narrative that, the cancer that is Dave Meltzer continues to show its ugly face. But here comes DIY in the house. British Strong Style for the win. I'm going to pick DIY, guys. And I don't love DIY right now, but I got a feeling that DIY might win this match. Paul Heyman did say next week. Okay, I missed the next week part. I'm at work listening. Paul, good choice. We'll help you get through that work day, or work night, any night. And in some mornings, some afternoons, who knows? But yeah, no, we appreciate you, man. I hope work is going well, going smooth, and we can help you get to the end of your shift. I told you she should have waited for after Mania for Jade to come out. I mean, again, her Rumble moment was big. Her Rumble moment was huge. And I think in the Rumble, you can hide, right? You know, she wasn't in there a long time. I don't know what her official clock was as far as being in the Rumble, but it wasn't long. So she gets a few big spots. She looks like a superstar. She looks like $1 million. She got a big pop. She goes face to face with someone like Belair. It works. But now what? Jade versus Bianca, WrestleMania 40 would be awesome. I'm in. The other, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am totally in for that. Jade was on SmackDown last week. Yes, true, but I mean more actually involved. We'll see. Jade, Bianca, Belair versus Kabuki Warriors at WrestleMania 40. Ooh, okay. Well, we got a tag with matches off and started. If you haven't made a prediction yet, who are you taking? Turn DIY heel doesn't work for me. You can turn Ciampa heel. Johnny doesn't work as a heel for me. And I don't know. I think DIY needs something new. Yes, that's what we need. We need that music, that attitude, that look, that vibe, that feel. 100%. Big knee by Ciampa, though. Knocking Dunn off. Are we going back to fucking commercial? Am I wrong? And I know you're going to say, well, that's all the shows, KJ. I feel like tonight in particular, every 6 minutes we're in a commercial. I really feel, I don't know what, Curtis, what's up? What's up, Chef? How you doing? Where's Curtis? Where's my buddy Curtis? How many commercials have we had? I literally feel like this has been a very commercial-heavy show. She just started. She's Pat, right? She's promoted to the part-timer status already. DIY needs better music. They I don't know. You got it. Listen, the good thing about putting them in matches like this is this should be a good match. Who's your dream matches when Malachi Black and Buddy Matthews return to WWE? Listen, I'm a huge fan of Malachi. Alistair, if you want. Buddy, I think there's a lot of opportunity there for him as well. Malachi, I want to see him at the top of the card. Give me Malachi Seth. Give me line him up like Damian Priest. Fuck, I'll take a Randy Orton matchup. I think Aleister Black could be in the ring with anybody. He's a guy that if he was the world heavyweight champion over on Raw, I think he'd be perfectly fine. I think he brings a lot to the table. When he's done right, his character's done right. He's compelling. His in-ring work is good. I like it. And again, I think that I truly believe that the passing of Bray Wyatt has left a bit of a void in that kind of idea. I know Judgment Day is a bit of the gothy style group, but you don't have that Aleister Black, that Bray Wyatt, that Undertaker vibe. So, yeah, I think I would be super happy. Aleister versus CM Punk would work. Yes, let's go. And Buddy Matthews, don't overlook Buddy. Buddy's been great. He's another guy that you could put him in there with, like, even now we got Ciampa's in the ring. That would be great. Aleister and Buddy himself had serious matches. They always struck me as odd that they released those two. Like Vince McMahon at the time was in charge, and you see those guys have a series of matches that are unbelievable, and then they just kind of turn a blind eye to it and walk away. It really surprises me, but that's business. So Logan Malachi, again, Logan being kind of flaky, kind of the over-the-top sports entertainer, and Malachi being super serious, plays off each other very well. Two very similar body types. I'm in for that. I would be in for just about Malachi and anybody. WWE needs at least one of those spooky dookie characters. Yeah, doesn't there feel like a void? I mean, we're looking at, a year, right? Like we're Bray Wyatt's last match, the Mountain Dew match. Time flies, but there has been a bit of a void in that realm. I know the Final Testament's here, but they don't feel the same, do they? LA Knight versus Malachi Black. Yeah, I'd be in. I've never liked Buddy Matthews since NXT. The tag team he was in, he had to go away for, that tag team sucked, MDB. And they did have go away heat. After they were released, Buddy Matthews went and figured his life out. His partner, not so much. But when Buddy came back, he is outstanding. He can fucking flat out wrestle. If you look him up and go through some of the matches he's had away from the WWE on the independents, he's an outstanding wrestler. But I got back from commercial, and Tyler Bate has Gargano on his shoulders. And Ciampa going for a swing. So a double swing. Not a good one. Time flies when you got woo wings. Ridiculous. Cody Rhodes versus Malachi Black works, right? You have Uber, Cody all in white, the superhero, the pure baby face against the evil dark villain. Works for me. Matthews is jacked 100%. Absolutely. Well, he's been stacking and racking mommy for a while. Stupid spot. Yeah, it wasn't a great spot, and it didn't look good. So to me, don't do that spot unless you're going to make it look really good. One of my favorite spots, though, as Gargano with the blind tag coming in out of nowhere. Gargano with the tope. Oh, the power bomb knee. Wow. And Bate kicks out. What a move. Wow. We got a power bomb lumbar check. I don't know what the hell you call it. But down goes. I thought that was it. Bate throwing punches. Ciampa throwing punches. Laying them in. That's what I like to see. Yeah, he's mini trips. He's mini Triple H. And that's why I'm optimistic that Triple H, we know the relationship between Triple H and Ciampa. So I'm optimistic that they can find it again. But you know what? Maybe Gargano and Ciampa, or at least Gargano, they just have to go back to NXT and regain, be the veteran guys in NXT. Power backstabber. That's a good way to put it. Double clothesline. Both men down. Is the Undisputed Kingdom stale in AEW? I'll come back to that. I'll wait for Nick to come back. Me and him will bounce around that one on a commercial, Damian. The answer, short answer, 100% yes. Bad booking has made them stale. Wow, bait up and over, taking out Ciampa. Gargano slingshot in, misses. The bitter end. They got it. They got it. They got it. And your winners. They're making Pete Dunne look like a badass. The power ride. There you go, buddy. There you go. I'll accept that. 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. Gargano should go back to NXT.
Fine, I'll go back to
like, I don't know. I don't want to throw that at you.
Right. Well, you said how they're making Pete Dunne like a badass. It's amazing when you go back to his actual name of Pete Dunne. Well, not his actual name, but the name we know him as instead of Butch, bitch, all of that.
Well, and again, he's not acting like that scrappy dude, right? He's not acting like the uncontrollable lunatic.
Right. Well, you're out there too, out here saying we need spooky dookie doo. Where are you?
But DIY looking marshmallow soft.
They have been literally just vanilla since they've been back. Speaking of vanilla, I've got Byron Saxton. Well, he's more chocolate, or at least milk chocolate, I'd say.
Dominic Mysterio. Dude, when I went on my pause, like I scrolled X real quick and people have like, oh, so much for the like, oh my God, people are ridiculous. Just enjoy the fucking show.
See, they can explain it to you.
Yeah, this time they actually explained it. Brawling brutes.
The only thing I saw that I actually liked that people pointed out is this is a generational feud between The Rock and Triple H. Like that's why we had the goosebump pimples here, because think about it. It was, what was it? It was either like that SummerSlam 99 or that same WrestleMania with Michaels and Austin, to where you had Hunter and The Rock in a ladder match for the IC belt.
Yeah. No, this goes way back. And again, at a time when Triple H and The Rock were both trying to figure out who they were, these two guys really went to war and really kind of changed people's perception of both of them. I know Mick Foley was a part of that changeover. The truth! The truth! You supposed to be on Raw.
Nick Mysterio?
Nick Aldis. The crowd starts chanting, "We want truth."
We have Truth the Mania. Fuck you, and we want Cody. We want truth.
We want truth. Let's go.
You can't handle the truth. As we're in the last half hour, and this is interesting that now they've done this the past 2 weeks, but they say we've got one match to go, ad pitch, all of that. Like they're giving us this sporty more feel to it of you've got them walking backstage. We're announcing here, this is going to be the last match. This is the main event without telling you, with literally telling you out and outright, this is the main event.
Mm-hmm. Up next, Randy Orton, Sami Zayn. Let's go. Dun, dun, dun. See money. Let's fucking go.
That's what you need, is just like a dun, dun, dun.
I know. I need a dun, dun, dun button.
Or I was saying a shirt.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know if you're going to exactly throw Pete Dunne on there, but you need
That's
something.
why I'm a fan of Pete Dunne. Dun, dun, dun. Speaking of Power Ride, Nick is back. Hey, what all y'all do?
Pause for the cause, I guess.
What? Dude, I didn't realize we got 30 minutes left. Like, that clip.
Oh, 100%. Like I said, let's not forget, I don't want to say it's slowed, but it had the bar here, and we've still at least been here throughout all of SmackDown. It's been a good show. Every match has been you want to tune in, make sure you watch it match.
Yeah, but it definitely feels that way. It feels like it didn't stop. Like things haven't stopped happening, but not a lot has happened.
Like I said, they started off really great with the Triple H thing. That's what everybody. Granted, we're still supposed to have Cody allegedly. Shh. So could he show up at the very end? That'll be really interesting because again, we've got a half hour left here.
Yeah, and it's hard. I mean, again, I said this while you were on your pause. I feel like we're getting commercials a lot tonight.
Oh, I know, it's funny. I literally chuckled and I even pointed out to the missus is when you were on your pause, I had like 2 commercial breaks.
Yeah.
Like, it started on one and ended on one, and I'm like, Jesus H tap dancing Christ. Can we I know we didn't have a ton in the first like 15 minutes. Can we have some beyond that? Can we ease it up here?
Sammy wins. Yeah, I'm taking Sammy. I'm just how do we get out of this situation? Who causes Randy the match?
Adrenaline in my soul. Distraction promo.
Ooh, I don't know about that. It's even a better episode tonight because of the events that went down with the press conference. Yeah, the energy, the vibe, we feel like we're in WrestleMania season. Everything feels like it has a weight to it. We're now building, we got a little bit of time here, 2 weeks. I said a week earlier, but 2 weeks from Saturday tomorrow for the build to Chambers leading into, it feels like a pit stop on the way to WrestleMania. So everything feels like it has weight. The Bailey promo was good. Yeah, I mean, that match was decent. Short, sweet, not terrible, not botchy.
Now, granted,
sorry,
how would we feel if we didn't have last night going into tonight?
I don't know if the energy going into it would be the same vibe because, again, a big part of what we're getting tonight was the Triple H, the Paul Heyman Triple H, the speculation. So, yeah, I mean, that's a hard one to gauge. I mean, and again, it hasn't been a big part of the show. No Roman, no Cody, no Rock present. So, you get a 3-minute promo from Triple H who basically says, a bunch of stuff and then hands off to Aldis and Pierce about the chamber. So
is the most bloodline presence that we get is just Heyman showing up backstage for 30 seconds.
Might be. And again, that's kind of been the MO for a long time now, right? Like on the nights that Roman's not there, it's Paul's duty to remind us who he is.
Well, Mike out here saying Solo could cause both tonight. That'd be interesting.
That'd be interesting because then that could bring Randy into the mix if Cody needs a friend and Seth can't do it.
Or if you have Solo in the chamber and he's a potential challenger.
Logan Paul.
Yeah, well, we all forgot about Logan Paul.
Qualified.
I'd be unqualified.
Unqualified people.
Man, you ain't qualified to run a fucking Tim Hortons, so shut the fuck up. What's the common denominator? I feel like this is, the Princess Bride. If you keep using that word, I don't think you understand what it means.
Right? In Utah?
Yeah, a bunch of fucking blonde Caucasians that you'll fit in perfectly there in Utah.
Logan saying he should get the Rock treatment.
This is the man that was out there that was a crybaby Cody fan earlier because Dwayne didn't want to have anything to do with me. I thought we were friends. You bitch me.
So Logan Paul saying he's going to win the chamber. He's going to go on to beat Seth. But again, I think if anything else, this just sets up KO and Logan even further.
Oh, absolutely. And I get that I'm kind of hating on it, but I'm hating on it on the sense of like he works as just that annoying, just I want to smash my TV heel type thing of you love it or hate it, but you want to tune in to see him get his ass kicked.
Oh, sorry, Nick. Sorry.
No, you're good.
All this is letting Logan know he's going to take on the Miz next Friday.
Ooh.
Somebody said Triple H is one of the top 4 or 5 of all time. He's my guy. He's my fave. I mean, if I go old school and shit, but again, as a fan, to me, people think because of his relationship with the McMahons, he got more than he should have, but I think he earned every bit of what he got. And you don't have a lot of big baby faces without Triple H being the heel that he was.
100%. And we talk about the big baby faces that could kind of go back and forth. Even Christ Taker went back and forth. Austin went back and forth. The Rock went back and forth. As a guy that was 95 to 98% of the time a heel, Triple H is the guy.
Right.
He I think reinvented what it is to be a heel in pro wrestling.
Next week, Shotzi versus Tiffany, Naomi versus Selena Vega.
So Tiffany wins and Naomi wins. There we go.
Yeah, and then KO's taking on Dom, and Logan is taking on Miz. Zayn is on a downswing. I don't think so, Smile Mark. Especially, he may have definitely felt like he was on a downward Nick, but I believe that promo, that interview they did with him, they're pushing him back up the swing. Like he's on that side of it.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's more of a slower burn, though. So I think there's the potential Sammy loses this match, and then I think there's more slow play here.
Mm-hmm.
And again, one company can't do storylines. The other company has so many storylines, they can afford to slow play some storylines.
Right. Between now and WrestleMania, there's going to be a lot of crazy moments. May very well be the end of the bloodline before it's all over with. No, I think the bloodline survives till at least Mania. I think later 2024 is where we can start seeing that all fall apart.
Well, even if he's saying at Mania, do you see the bloodline fall apart at Mania?
No, I think the issue between the friendship between Rock Roman could end at Mania, and then that bleeds into like SummerSlam and later in the year where they start falling apart.
I think that's right. Still 41. Rock Roman
all
41.
The way to 41. I hear voices in my head.
Apparently I do, and they're telling me it's Mania 41. John saying Sammy and Sammy. Yeah. IMDb. Shotzi versus Tiffany equals Barbenheimer. Yes.
Barbenheimer. Well played, sir.
And Malik even saying, next week is about to be fire.
Yeah.
Guess what? So was this week.
So was Monday.
We had AJ Styles versus Drew McIntyre. We're getting Randy Orton versus Sami Zayn. And the other match we had was British Strong Style versus DIY. Straight out of NXT Black and Gold 2017, 2018.
Right. But yeah, we got lots coming up. Monday's going to be good. More qualifying matches on Monday are going to happen. Guys, I mean, we are on the road to WrestleMania. We got to build Chamber now quickly. We still don't know a lot about Chamber outside of a few things. So a lot to figure out there. I think these qualifying matches are going to lead to other matches because not everybody can win. Like even this match here, Drew could cost Sammy.
Right. Well, we saw it earlier tonight with LA Knight and AJ Styles. So.
Right. But a babyface battle about to take place, folks.
Yeah, honestly, this is babyface on babyface here.
Mm-hmm. Bloodline Civil War at War Games. Get all the Samoans.
Samoans or Samoas? Are we having Girl Scout cookies? Making me hungry now. I'll take 2 boxes of Thin Mints.
No. Yeah.
Thin Mints are where they're at.
I don't mind.
Thin Mints and then Samoas are number 2. Or what are they? The caramel chocolate.
The caramel ones are are my go-to.
The caramel and coconut. And I hate coconut, but I love me some fucking Samoas.
RKO by DQ. Again, Orton for the win.
As we're going to another commercial, we've got 19 minutes left, and allegedly, according to all, the dirty sheets, that we've still got Cody allegedly supposedly to show up here.
Yeah, I just nothing happened between those 2 commercials. I'd be being real. Like it was really like we came back from commercial, it got like promo, like backstage, like this is what's coming up. Back to commercial. Like
the most we got back that happened between those 2 was Logan Paul backstage. Yeah. That's what happened there.
it felt like a very fucking commercial heavy second hour.
It's ever since that opening promo with Triple H and everybody, it's felt commercial heavy.
It's Fox getting all the money they can before this goes away.
We're gonna get blood from a stone here.
I think we get a full reuniting of the bloodline with Jay coming back to the family thanks to The Rock. Jay will cost Cody the title. Nah, I think main event Jay is busy, and I think he's going to be your new Intercontinental Champion before that happens.
Does he bring the IC belt to the bloodline?
Maybe. That's fair. I didn't think, about that idea.
I didn't even think about Jay joining back with the bloodline because I think Jay's really kind of established himself, and they're poking at it.
Yeah.
I'm going to beat the ever-loving bejesus out of you to where it'll remind you of when people couldn't tell the difference between you and your brother.
Mm-hmm. Well, even Cody last night, I was like, oh, you're all about family. How's Jay?
They're right.
Roddy. Sammy's dropping Randy, actually. Real snakes don't have back surgery.
What?
Oh, fuck my life. Sammy all the way. Yeah. I think Sammy has to win this match, but I don't know how it will work. But I'm pretty, if Drew's in, which he is, Sammy and Drew naturally, I think, fit to find each other in that chamber. And if KO, see, it will be very interesting how this all plays out, because technically you could have KO and Sammy in the same chamber.
Oh, I don't think we're going to even have that be an option. I think Randy Orton wins this match. He could honestly, I could see this to where you see Randy win it clean and Sammy starts to go a little bit more deeper into that. I really got to fucking dig deep here. I got to nut up or shut up here.
Okay, that could work. That could work. I'm going Sammy.
Well, as I'm sure people have already pointed out, I'm sure people will point out, of course, you're going with the Canadian.
Maybe.
Maybe. I know it's been more of a shocker when you don't pick the Canadian.
Facts. Sorry, Jody Threat. You're not getting picked.
Yeah, screw you, Jody. I'll take Jackie Redmond over Jody Threat.
Cody is a dark match. Okay. There you go.
Boo. If that's the case, that's fucking stupid. If you're going to have him there and you're going to put him out there and you don't put him on TV, boo earns.
Well, yeah, I get what you're saying, but again, he's not advertised. The dirt sheet saying he was around, and they do it a lot, right? I mean, again, Cody coming out, unless they're going to move, if he's going to cut a promo or something, that I don't know.
Run over,
maybe.
Probably.
I think Drew beats Seth, and Damien cashes in on Drew at Backlash. I've been kind of hoping for Damien to do something.
Yeah, well, do we?
Oh my lord!
Yeah. At this point, can we just probably admit that Damien's cash in is not going to be successful?
No, I disagree. Really? I have not bitten that bullet yet.
I've given up hope.
I have not.
Well, side question is they even just kind of brought it up. And I think I brought this up when you were on a pause, we have ding between Randy and Sammy here. In a matter of 6 days, we go from Cody shaking the Rock's hand and looking all sad, walking off and everything, to now he's out here eating right hands, eating pot shots. What did the 5 fingers say to the face?
Right. So, and they just made it official, folks, that The Rock and Roman will be on SmackDown next week, apparently. So this is going to be a big one. It's all about the Canadians.
Well, I think it's going to be going forward. Every show is just going to get bigger and bigger and more attention, because think about it. You have Triple H comes out right now and he draws a little attention. Everybody's already probably replaying. I think I even reposted it to where it doesn't matter and all that, and taking the digs at The Rock. And so then now next week, you're going to have the response from Roman and The Rock. And then you get the response back then, and you keep escalating that.
Yeah. Sammy with a nice little backflip. Little old school Sammy. You haven't seen that in a hot minute. As
El
RK,
Generico has
as
made an appearance.
RKO rolls out. Yeah, SmackDown generally does not have an overrun ever because of Fox News.
Well, cue Fox News.
Right? We'll see you on the USA Network, bitches.
Right? That means now I'm going to get Richard Wolf into the lead in into SmackDown. Good old little Nate here out in Charlotte, North Carolina, by the way, as the referee for this match.
Bacon is bacon. When everyone says Canadian bacon, like it's bacon.
No,
it's still,
no, Canadian bacon is not
is
American bacon. It is not the same thing.
Back bacon and female bacon and bacon and bacon and bacon is bacon.
No, Canadian bacon is circular ham.
No, like, that's what y'all call it. Like that's what y'all made up. We don't call it that. Like we're not. Y'all are just.
I'm not saying what I call it. So
like why would ham is ham, bacon is bacon.
So if you go to a U.S. store and you're offended, you're triggered if you see Canadian bacon as the little circles of
we don't have we don't go to our stores and get circle Canadian bacon. There's no like.
So no, what American thing do you have of us that's the equivalent of we're just like what's that? There's no that's not an actual American thing.
The Americans take things from other countries and bastardize them.
Well, we've been doing that for a hot minute. We bastardize our own things. So
I'm
asking from the Canadian side, what do you have that you call American this, that, or the third that I guess to us is there's no way we actually do that because I didn't know until just this moment Canadian bacon wasn't like your kind of bacon.
Yeah, like the round things are that's ham. Like we have back bacon.
Yeah, okay, yes, it is. So we all agree. They've all been pulling the wool over our eyes.
Yeah,
the big bacon, Canadian bacon fucking conspiracy has been
bacon is bacon. We have also female bacon. Do you guys have female bacon?
We don't. What the fuck is that? As I'm in commercial.
It's like back bacon.
Is that just extra fat?
It's definitely fatty and salty, but it's fucking delicious.
We're big on like the pork belly stuff, I guess.
You can't go wrong with pork belly. Are you
guys?
Yeah,
no. Well, also we have like the beef bacon and everything. Is now again Bacon Club for life, I guess.
Right. Yeah, Canadian bacon is ham. Yeah, we don't. We go to the store and get ham if we want ham, but bacon.
Listen, I told you we've been fed what is nothing new with America that we're being fed full of lies here. I never knew until today. My eyes have been open wide.
Yeah, and we are back in commercial break, folks. I will remind everybody we are sticking around for Rampage / our SmackDown post show, but we got more. We got more coverage coming your way. We are not going anywhere on this Feel Good Friday, and we may just continue the whole Canadian bacon debate. But
we still got to argue which is the best fast food breakfast. We'll still have that discussion here. Mike out here talking about jowl bacon. I never had that. Why would you do that?
I don't fucking know.
Bacon makes everything better. Baconator, yes. Speaking of best breakfast, the breakfast Baconator is number one.
Is it?
It's one of the top like sandwiches. If you're gonna have a breakfast sandwich, it's up there. Mm-hmm. Now the McGriddle is not. You have a 1A and 1B. The McGriddle I think is Michael Jordan. So it's been a staple. It's been there long enough. The breakfast Baconator is LeBron James.
Okay. I think that Wendy's has only had breakfast in Canada for like a year.
Maybe, oh, really? It's a new thing for you?
It hasn't. It was never really a thing until recent memory, and anyone else can correct me, but I feel like no more than 2 years old.
Fair enough. Well, MDB saying Bacon Club for live. Too salty, too sweet, me bro. Yes, you get a star, sir. I want that on a T-shirt. Real quick, as we're coming back from commercial break here. So Connor's out there with you about the female bacon. Please explain.
It's back bacon. Like if you guys have back bacon, like it's the back of the fucking pig. So it's thick and you kind of get it in a log and then you shave it off.
No.
And then fry it.
I don't know if I've really had that. We get more of like we'll get like the super extra thick cut and everything, like the slabs of like
Yeah.
hickory smoked or whatever bacon,
Right.
or you even get now the packages of like the obscure, like the offshore offcut pieces of these are a little fucked up, but they're still good. You put the thumping in all the wrong places.
Right. We are back to the action, and I agree with you, MDB, for sure on that one. That might take it.
Better than spicy chicken McGriddle. That's a
Oh.
fucking thing.
Oh man, it's so good.
I didn't know this was a thing.
Spicy chicken McGriddles are awesome.
Well, like I said, the McGriddle just can we just, as we're about to set up for a superplex?
Yeah, we're so funny.
I'll say this: the McGriddle is based on the bun entirely. Whatever you put between two McGriddles, doesn't matter what the fuck it is, it's gonna taste good because you basically have two syrup stuffed pancakes. As we get a pancake of a
Speaking of pancakes,
right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Big superplex for Mania on the Sammy.
Mm-hmm. Bacon pizza. I don't get pizza without bacon. That's never not if I'm ordering pizza, it's got bacon on it.
They pull you over. You get a fine in Canada if you don't have bacon on your pizza.
Mm-hmm. Oh
now,
no!
Are you a folder for pizza? You don't fold, not a folder, not a fucking manila folder.
No, I was thinking something else. I'm like,
oh, you can have that.
I barely knew her, but I folder
like a fucking beach chair.
Clothesline missed and vintage Randy.
Right.
Nice power slam. Yes, MDB. Let's go.
Nobody hits a snap power slam like Randy Orton. It's literally, like you said, it's vintage Randy Orton. It's
butter.
Hit one of his definitive moves.
Yeah, and he just everything he does is so smooth. Back on the food train, but everything's butter.
Right.
Yeah. Cool. I like our international food talks where we can learn about each other. I'm mad that Americans think Canadian bacon is fucking ham.
I mean, I'm dating. My wife is from New Jersey, where they have fucking pork roll and all of that shit. So I'm kind of used to. What's the fucking? Oh, there's another name for it, but yeah, I'm used to where like ham's like a staple of sandwiches and especially like some breakfast and shit.
We need wrestling for life.
Granted, she hates it, but I actually like it. But yeah, what? Sorry, what did you say?
Wrestling for life shirts with bacon lettering. Yeah,
let's go. We need a wrestling for life cookbook or something. We'll just have all the merchandise now. Hey, but if you want more merchandise, what you should do now is buy the merchandise we have at the merch store. That you can find the link right there in the description of the video and the description of the channel. And even if you pop KJ's little like bubble there, you can find the description there too.
Right. Nice match, nice main event, folks. We'll get back to the food topic. I don't want to miss too much of this main event, but we'll get back there. We got lots to talk. We can talk all the food you want during Rampage, people.
Right, facts. But yes, no, it is also called tail ham. So there you go. Thank you, Carlos. So you're Torontonian there helping me out. Oh, Mrs. RKO. Blue Thunder Bomb. 1, 2. Two out.
What did the Torontonian say?
Carlos Delgado was just letting me know that it's also called Taylor ham, which is what I was.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. If you watch enough Sopranos, you kind of just become obligatory, New Jerseyan by proxy. Oh, RKO! That was clean though, too. After a little back hop over him. 3, Randall Keith. Randall Keith. What? Clean, actually. Clean, like I said. Now Sammy's got to dig deep. Where you have no marbles. You got to find your marbles.
Wow. I'm shocked.
But that does fit, though. I really like that whole spot of it's the RKO out of nowhere. Sammy hits that clean and very nice, like springboard, hops back over Randy, and Randy just, okay, I found my spot, RKO.
Right.
Now, side note, RKO versus Diamond Cutter. Which one you taking? Which one you got?
RKO all day. All day. He's the GOAT. Get out of here with the fucking.
But was the Diamond Cutter not the originator?
It might have been, but the innovator wins this one for me.
Ah, valid. That's a great point there.
It's evolved, Nick.
Hey, right. You started it here and we took it to here.
Yeah. The RKO is something else. And Sammy dejected. Like, there you go. Randy Orton officially the second person in the Elimination Chamber. Going to Perth.
So we got, so far in the chamber, we've got Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre, who's right behind Randy Orton.
Drew just fucking with everybody.
And I love every second of it.
Eye to eye. Two big men.
Shout out to, there's one guy, though. It doesn't matter what my sign says. We're getting back to like the signs actually wrestling are entertaining.
Hey, there's a Dijak section.
What? Shout out to, I guess, my obligatory family here out in North Carolina. We've had Tiffany's time signs, we've had Buffalo Bill signs, and now we got the Dijakinator getting brought up here.
Right. But ladies and gentlemen, SmackDown has gone off the air. That is all she wrote tonight. What is your rating out of 10? And remember, we are not going anywhere. We got some Rampage to get into.
Yeah, break out the bottles of Rampage. Yeah.
Rampage. But vitamins and bacon, best in the world. Yeah. The two big fan.
That's just our about right there. That'll be in our obituaries of vitamins and bacon, best in the world.
All right. So we got 7.75. We'll wait. I'll work up. Give me a second. Drew McGriddle. That was that used to be a tag team. Remember, we had McGriddle for a hot minute.
We had McGriddle for a hot minute, and now McGriddle's more GCW, more kind of out there.
Right.
Well, I might have to go to my second option here for watching Rampage here.
It hasn't started yet for me.
No, that's right. Because I was using the web browser, and the whole web browser won't work for me.
Right. Connor getting technical. RKO is better because Randy jumps with the opponent. DDP just falls. I like it.
Valid. Good critique. Good analysis.
I just figured, like, listen, it's the guy who's delivering it, and I think Randy delivers it better than DDP did for maybe that reason.
Randy, well, I think you nailed it on the head with saying it. Normally you go with the, innovator, not the, the guy who evolved it there, versus Randy's established this on a whole new level. It's a goddamn meme of the RKO out of nowhere, not the Diamond Cutter out of nowhere.
Yeah. I was just thinking that, like, how many classic Diamond Cutters do we know of off the top of our head? A couple, maybe, but I mean, there's a list. There's videos upon videos dedicated to RKO out of nowhere.
Absolutely. You can think of way more RKOs out of nowhere than you can, Diamond Cutters. Just period.
Yeah, sorry. We are live on Rampage.
Yes, I've got Pyro and a crowd shot here. From the Footprint Center in Phoenix, Arizona. Sorry.
And we got Jane. I'm going to be slightly ahead of you, but it doesn't matter.
That's fine.
This was the most signs I've seen in a while. I love it. The energy in the crowd, the signs, everything tonight felt live. It felt electric, if you will.
Oh, well, figures you have the most electrifying man in sports entertainment there to put a fucking battery pack into pro wrestling here. And I'm not trying to say that they actually needed it, but yeah. And on a side note, if you bring a Wrestling for Life Network sign to a show and we catch you and everything on camo that you send us a picture, we'll send you some merch there.
Yeah, if you prove it, we will send you a t-shirt. We've done it before.
Right.
Damn, Drew bigger than Orton. So how big is this dude? I think Orton's like 6'6", 6'5". Drew's about the same, but Drew's definitely a thicker dude.
Oh, I also think. Well, I think Drew's a little closer to like Taker's size. Like he's more in that like 6'8", 6'9" ish.
Okay. So
I could
Roddy's
just
giving
be
it
bullshit, but yeah.
right. Roddy giving tonight 6 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Alex is a 9. Might be a little high for my taste, but not bad. 7.75 out of 10. Sammy or Sammy? Sammy.
Asshole.
8 out of 10. 7.5. Da, 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 da. Oh. We'll come back to
I've
that.
got the Undisputed Kingdom coming out right now, and they're staler than fucking bread that you left out for 3 days out on the fucking counter here because you forgot you wanted to make toast.
Oh yeah, we could make stuffing with the fucking Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
They and if you want a full indication, they're on Rampage.
And to no reaction.
But
Like
Roddy,
you're almost at this point, you're expecting to be a little bit of a fungus among us.
oh, I thought I'm like, oh wait, is this Roddy OC match? It's a trios match, guys.
It's a trios match, but we're getting, Abercrombie and Fitch versus Just for Men here.
Right. 9 out of 10, too many commercials. All right, so point off from Connor. 8 out of 10. 8 with the announcement, 7 without. Fair enough. 7, 8.
Where do you sit, sir? Where do you sit here before we probably get back into like the food talk and everything? As OC's right now just running roughshod over the Undisputed Kingdom. Way to put your giant heel fucking dominant faction in. Do you remember so many times where the Bloodline would come out here and have halfway jobber matches with some bullshit fucking group that didn't matter?
Mm-hmm.
When they were almost going under to Alpha Academy and shit like that. No, because you build your goddamn prominent faction, the shit that's supposed to be your top of the card stuff, your biggest, baddest heels going as that, not just, well, they could just lose to anybody. Fuck off. Sorry. Got triggered.
You're right. And again, I've said this many times on Wednesday of what they should be doing with the Undisputed Era right now is keep them relevant. Have them. The biggest thing that pissed me off, Nick, was they beat the shit out of the Acclaim. They beat the shit out of Jay White. They beat the shit out of Hangman Page. Not one of those people or their friends has gotten revenge on the Undisputed Era. Nobody. They're all in the same building every show, and none of those people, like instead of Hangman being messed up with Swerve, why not have Hangman going after Roddy and getting revenge for them beating him up? Or you have the Bullet Club go after the Undisputed Era. So they're relevant when MJF gets back. It feels to me like they're just going to do nothing. And then when MJF returns, we're going to get MJF Adam Cole and it will be big again. But by the time we get there, we might not give a fuck about them.
We aren't even close to there, and we're already talking about how they're staler than 2-day-old bread. How we could be out here making stuff, and no Wardlow going after in any mix, going towards Samoa Joseph or anything like that. He's out here struggling to have matches with jobbers and everything.
Yeah. The 6 people that ran out to the ring the night after World's End that were all pissed off because they got mugged. And remember, we praised them, Nick. We praised them for opening that show after World's End with Adam Cole, the Undisputed Era, and Jay White came out and cut one of his best promos he's ever cut with AEW. And then he spent the next 5 weeks scissoring with the fucking, the Acclaim. It doesn't make sense.
You've just taken your biggest thing that you could have had going. It's like I said, it's like taking the NWO or something, and we're just gonna have them out there with the fucking Job Squad. They're gonna be out there with the fucking Blue Meanie and Stevie Richards, respectfully, of like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah. This is funny. The Undisputed Kingdom is so forgettable that KJ is calling them the Undisputed Era. I knew I did it too.
Someone caught it.
I appreciate that. It's facts. They had an opportunity here where you could have put them in matches like Jay White versus Roddy, even if you worked Wardlow into that,
why are we not have? We have two trios teams, like you were saying, team together,
one faction.
and instead of we're having the Undisputed Kingdom taking on the Best Friends for no reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's. I hate to say it, guys, but we just watched a press conference that had more intrigue, more viewers, more interest, and more storylines than any of the shows. And this is why. And I get it. Like, I see people all the time, like, oh, AEW, real wrestling. But the real pro wrestling always was built with good story, good rivalry, all the way back to the beginning.
I can watch a bunch of people do some cool flippy shit and kind of fight with each other and everything like that. But what gets you invested is when you believe and you want to see why that guy is kicking that guy's ass. That's the thing, is we were joking about it on the past live stream for the press conference of how the YouTube, their WWE's YouTube for the press conference had more live viewers than probably this episode of Rampage is about to have right now. Respectfully. Like not even talking about the views that they've had after the fact. I'm talking people that were there watching it live for a press conference.
Big DDT coming off the Stun Dog Millionaire. Tonight's SmackDown for me was an 8. And I will say this. Part of the 8 is the vibe, the hype around the show. I mean, I think if this was a typical SmackDown, I might be a touch lower, but just the vibe, the feeling, the opening segment, everything I kind of wanted, the Elimination Chamber qualifying matches. Yeah, some down points. The tag match wasn't great. But at the end of the day, I think it moved fast. It felt like a good show. I was surprised it was done when it was done. And I liked what we got.
Fair enough. As I forgot that we even had the and I should put some respect on the name of, we had Bianca versus Michin too, which was a great match. Absolutely. So John saying 8.5 for SmackDown. KJ and Big Nick, what's up? Big Dog out here. I gave SmackDown 8 slices of Canadian ham.
8 slices of Canadian ham out of 10 American
bacon bits. I don't know. Marvin saying Orange Scream mid-cutter for me. I'm surprised to smile. Why?
Right.
MDB. We've talked MDB out here into putting bacon now. Just
in the air fryer. Oven bacon's dope. I highly recommend oven bacon.
Yes, 100%. You bake bacon. It's in the name.
Often fry it though.
Well, for a while lately, me and the missus did the fryer in the pan, or in the pan and everything like that. But lately, you put it in the pan, with a wire rack and everything like that. You let that bacon grease kind of drip out there, and oh, that's number one right there.
You're making me hungry, bro. But we are in picture on Rampage, if anyone's wondering.
That's why the food talk came back up,
right? If someone asked about Waffle House, we really don't have them. We don't have them. No,
we have a system in the U.S. Literally, there's an emergency alert system by a Waffle House of literally, if your Waffle House is closed down, run.
Yeah, like all
you need to know is just run.
All I know is, like, other than going to the States and being in a couple, the only thing I know about Waffle Houses is that's where shit goes down.
I like this though. They could lose to anybody. Fuck off. Ancient philosopher Big Nick. Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy.
Right.
I already got that one.
We're back from picture in picture, and we're going for a superplex.
Right. As we're way behind still on it. Let that bacon grease drip, wide.
Right. IHOP, we have in select locations like Niagara Falls. Denny's. I'm a big fan of Denny's. Denny's is wicked.
Denny's is like a southern thing, I feel.
Oh, really? We got Denny's in quite a few places, and give me a big old.
Granted, in where I live in New Hampshire, we have one of those, we have a group that owns all the kind of local diners. I can go the next town over, and that's where we go anytime. My father comes to visit, or any family comes to visit, we go to the Tilton Diner owned by the Common Man. Like I said, it's more locally stuff, but it goes back to like that old school, like 50s diner vibe and everything. Straight up, like has like the neon sign and everything, like because we have Bike Week down here with Laconia and all of that, so we have a lot of stuff that still goes with like that old school, like 50s 60s vibe, like the giant, bulbs and all that, the drive-ins and all that.
Rocky with a tope, then back in sliced bread.
Tope con Balboa.
Do you think Big E does panel work? I think Big E and CM Punk will be seen again on the road to WrestleMania at special times for sure. And I think it's a smart move by the WWE. Big E for sure, but Punk because of his name value. And we saw how well Punk works. We just give him a microphone. He doesn't have to wrestle.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Punk to me, and we had heard talks about to where they wanted him to be on a commentary role while he's on the sidelines. You said it earlier in the show, he stole that show on that whole panel. He's out there talking about punching people in the face and even taking little digs at Seth, everything. If he's not going to be in ring, you have him on all these panels for the pay-per-views.
It's over.
Oh,
it's a nice end of the match. The release backbreaker is like the release lumbar check.
Yeah,
is wicked.
Well, Roddy's fantastic. It's just he always but he gets booked fitting his size. It's so interesting that they like had a competitive match until all of a sudden they made it completely not a competitive match. They just lay out Rocky Romero right now here.
Yeah, they destroyed Rocky on a chair. So keep in mind, Roddy will face Orange Cassidy at Revolution March 3rd, which shit, that's getting closer and closer and closer. You getting some love from being from New Hampshire?
Well, I live in New Hampshire. I'm not from New Hampshire. I'm from the better state of New York. But yeah, I live in New Hampshire currently.
Big E coming back. I hope so. I hope the man can pull it off. If not, he is a great personality.
Oh, 100%. He is one of those guys that whether he's in ring, out of ring, he is a guy that you want on your roster in some capacity, whether it's an ambassador or whether it's in the ring, etc.
Yeah. So is the long-term storytelling for Undisputed Kingdom? Does jack shit until MJF comes back? Yeah, that's kind of what I said, Carlos, is kind of how I feel. It's like pop-up book version telling, a version of storytelling, right? It's not actually a story. It's just turn the page and pop, and then that's the next step. And that's what this feels like, is they mean nothing. And I mean, I don't know, man. It's not working at all.
Not at all. Well, speaking of someone who's not working, and I'm going to break it out just for this question here. So it looks like Cody could use a friend. There's somebody that's allegedly, supposedly, a free agent. We had the bidding war of 2024 coming up, and I understand he's injured. I understand he'd probably just be there more to cut promos and everything. But what if we get a Maxwell Jacob Friedman shows up?
I can't see it. I really can't see it. But man, it would be good, and it would be good for him. Like when you talk about a guy like MJF trying to get to that next level, what more can he do in AEW? I feel like he's plateaued.
It absolutely. Well, now you're on there bar for bar with The Rock, El Rock versus MJF promo.
Right.
I know I'm out here. I'm challenging Damien for the leader of the Hopium tribe.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm pulling a Dwayne. I'm using creative control here. I'm challenging him for the Hopium tribe here of wanting MJF going bar for bar, promo for promo here with The Rock here of, Rock, you screwed up the DC universe. Well, you were an extra in a movie you produced.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, again, would it be great? Yes. Do I think, again, if Tony lets MJF slip away, we see what the shows feel like without him. They need him back. Do you guys know how to cook? It's one of my favorite pastimes. It's one of my favorite things to do is cook. I cook a lot. And I love cooking. And I pride myself in being pretty damn good at it.
Absolutely. To me, that's at times, yeah, like you said, it's therapy and everything like that. And especially, I'm a fucking
Yeah.
fat Italian guy. Of course, I know how to fucking cook. I didn't get this way, just straight off mom's cooking. I've been a grown adult. I know how to cook. I like it. I was that kid that grew up watching like the fucking Food Network and everything.
Yeah, 100%.
Emma Lagasse with the BAM and diners, driving knives and all that.
Hours and hours. Yeah, no, I'm a big fan, and always trying to find new shit to do. So, but yeah, absolutely. It's kind of, you have to be able to feed yourself, and feed your lady. Feed your lady. Women like a man who can cook.
Facts.
Harry,
and especially if they have a beard too. Just saying.
It's true. Beard rides are fun. At least I'm being told.
You went that way all the way with it. I brought you. I can't be mad. I brought you to the water and you drank.
Yeah, jumped right in. KJ, Big Nick, thoughts on the opening segment of Triple H? Because for me, it was pretty weak, offering coming off the press conference. The show itself felt like it lacked structure. All these raw talents. I don't know why people are getting so fucking hung up. No, not you particularly. I'm not mad at you, AJ. But a lot of people, like, they literally put both managers of both shows to explain, we are going to have crossovers for the qualifiers because talent from both companies are going to be able to get into the Elimination Chamber. So I'm perfectly okay with it. It was explained. I don't think it was, a bad thing. I don't think no, I thought it was really good. Triple H's opening segment felt like I have a big announcement, and it was great. I liked it, but it was a lot of fluff.
I found no reason to complain with anything that happened in that opening segment. If anything, I think that's arguably the highlight of the show. Like, it almost became a downhill slope past that.
Yeah.
I don't see, you could have faults in other aspects of that show. I don't know. Granted, we didn't even know what to expect from it. So I can't put, this whole big high mark on, he's going to tell me this, that, and the third. I thought it was great. We were sitting here popping the whole time, and they're still wearing the fucking bloody suits. That's how you know it's the same taping, you fucks.
The Young Bucks on Rampage, eh?
Well, at least they won't boo them. They'll just have no reaction now.
And if anybody was wondering if Rampage was taped on the same night as Dynamite, there you go. The EVP is helping you out.
Otherwise, y'all just nasty. Like, did y'all just keep that? Like, did y'all sleep in that? That's just nasty,
right? And again, this the show lacking structure. I disagree. I think it was built like any other show. Like, did it feel like the show lacked structure to you? Like, I mean, it was still. Like, I don't get exactly what the idea, like, what lacked. It's structurally, what was the issue? I didn't see anything with it.
Yeah, I like I said, I find little complaint here. Again, I was going to give it, I don't even think I've given my rating. I was going to say I was going to give it an 8.5. I'll go even above you. I really like tonight of Christ, that whole, and again, talking about that opening promo segment. I'm on record of saying that felt like we were kids again, watching the Attitude Era and everything of, are you ready? And again, going back to the history even between The Rock and Triple H, you had the goose pimples, everything. That had a buzz, had an electricity around it. Now, could it have tapered off? Did it taper off throughout the show? That we can talk about. I think initially out of that gate, granted, having that kickoff beforehand sets you up perfectly. You're on third base already, and the big sluggers at up to bat here, so you're bound to hit home base here. But they fucking did a solid job with it there.
Yeah, like, I mean, again, like, was it? Again, I think they let in for like next week. The Rock's going to be. I think they're pulling us along. It's a carrot on a stick. Like, to me, you know, we could have had The Rock and Roman and Cody and everybody and their uncle on tonight's show. But why? We need you to come back next week too. So they sold us on Triple H opening the show. Continues to dig into the storyline. You bring in Paul at one point to kind of help turn the wheels. And I'm not going to complain that I got AJ Styles versus who the fuck?
Drew McIntyre. You had AJ Styles versus Drew McIntyre. Dakota Kai versus
yeah. Like how can you complain about those like having those matches? And again, it wasn't out of left field. They said the two shows have come together to qualify people for this elimination chamber the same way you would for the Rumble. Like you had people, you know, both shows were in the Rumble. Both shows have an opportunity at the chamber, men and women. So I have no issue with these qualifiers, and I can't complain about a show that gave us two really, you know, high marquee status matches.
Well, 2, 3, almost even 4 there. And well, even with like tying in the Dakota Kai storyline of they're not going to give it to you right away. You're going to long play this a little bit here. I like Carlos saying, WWE fans, you get Drew versus AJ and Sammy versus Randy. The fans, this is BS. Where's JD?
And again, speaking of JD, there's morons like him out there that will, well, this is silly, and I'm gonna go watch the Young Bucks get blood on their white suits. Like, guys, like, I mean, again, as long as there's a rhyme and a reason to what they're getting, I feel like we're in a good place. And you know, right now on the road to WrestleMania, our cup runneth over right now.
Right, and I love how you keep taking one JD and going to the other JD.
Right. And if you know, you know.
Right. As so the Young Bucks and
they jobbed out somebody.
Yeah. Fucking Nicholas Jackson. He fits the name of a Nicholas more than any other Nick ever before.
Yeah, Dickless Nicholas.
Whoa.
Not you, him.
Hold on. That was fighting words, sir.
Yeah, I didn't mean that. I was like, it just came out.
And see, now they've got a microphone.
But I just kind of want them to cut these promos on like the other shows that matter.
I just don't want to see them.
Well, that too.
We had the Backstreet Boys. The Backstreet Boys are over. I don't want it that way anymore. Jackson.
Tell me why.
Right. Ain't nothing but some Martic. Tell me why.
I'm a big fan of eating.
What the fuck?
You must make the ladies happy, my friend. Good on you. Damian Priest cashes in Money in the Bank briefcase and wins the NXT Championship. Yeah, there you go. That's the plan for Damian.
Jesus.
Finally. Storyline very entertaining.
Even the crowd won't listen to these fucks, and he's having to listen.
And that's still fucked to me that Sting is one of the tag team champions right now.
Oh, don't worry, they're gonna drop it. That's a transition. Ooh. And by the way, for everybody that says, "Oh, well, they listened to Sting," and well, this is what Sting wanted. Sting didn't want to be a fucking champion. And they said, no, you're going to be a champion.
Hey,
right.
And I said this in December. The minute they started hinting at this shit, I was like, oh, fuck. This is what they're going to do. And they're doing it. And it felt predictable and it feels self-flating.
Where's the hashtag we want House of Black or whatever here? Yeah. Hashtag we want FTR.
Yeah. I guess storyline Roman isn't very entertaining. J-Boy, were you not watching last night or the last 2 years? Like, I don't know. What do you mean? What's not entertaining, sir?
Are you not entertained?
What am I missing here?
To throw you out of Canada. I don't know what I said about people throwing out of Canada, but I guess I'm immigration for Canada somehow here.
We threw you out. We wouldn't throw Nick out.
Well, no. Was I part of the package deal there to where you got Brock out there in Saskatchewan?
I've been trying to sneak you in.
Says no Canada like French Canada.
Right. I'm trying to sneak you in to get you on some of that Canadian good.
There you go. Well, now if you could just It's so funny with living in New Hampshire. Our state motto is live free or die. And we're just the ones that we're the fucking CM Punk straight edge bastards that just want to be on everything. Yeah. The Young Punks have X-Pac go away heat for me. That's disrespectful to X-Pac. X-Pac's a legend. X-Pac is talented.
It is funny
that they don't call talent.
It is funny that he got stuck with that. Like it never went away. Because once, but listen, the Young Bucks, and dude, you can tell when they pipe in the sound because it fucks with their microphones. But this promo's going forever. The Young Bucks are not interesting. They are not compelling. They do not move the needle. Nobody gives a fuck about them. They don't drive ratings. They are not helping this business in any way, shape, or form. And they keep putting themselves in the best position possible. As on Dynamite, they will be taking on Top Flight.
Yay. We don't drive ratings. We don't drive ticket sales. We don't drive anything. And honestly, I liked them on Dynamite out there with the bloody white suits and everything. Now that you're out here with your maxi pad suits, I'm over it already. Just like you should be off your cycle here.
The Young Bucks are the old Bucks. They are, I think, slightly older than you and slightly younger than me. They're right in that pocket between you and I. Right?
Well, they're very much they're at least the receding Bucks.
As we are getting the luchadors from CMLL coming out.
I'm getting I got a Ishii versus Orange Cassidy video package.
Nick, you need to help me here. Maybe I'm just a simple human being and my brain isn't quite at the level of the booking of the magic of Tony Khan. Help me here. They book, a trios match, Roddy Strong and the Undisputed Kingdom against, Orange Cassidy and friends on Rampage. The very next day, we're getting Orange Cassidy Ishii. What does that have to do with whatever story you're trying to tell with Roddy? Why are we doing this? Why is this big old, wrecking ball of a dude coming in to fight OC?
Because, so long story short, as MDB's out here popping with the comments here, but that Tony Khan is not a booker. Tony Khan is a matchmaker. Tony Khan, and I've said this before, and I've said this for the longest time, is Tony Khan's out here and he's got his action figures, and his dad keeps buying him new ones because he's sick of playing with his old ones, even though he still only plays with about 5 of them. And now he's borrowed, all the mask guys from his. So now he's just got to add them into this of nothing fucking matters anywhere. AEW booking creative has now just become whose line is it anyway? Whose match is it anyway? Welcome to AEW, where the matches are made up and the storylines don't matter anyways.
Yeah, 100%. And again, it just, and I'm not, I'm not doing this from a standpoint of hate. It's just help me understand. And then I see people pop into our chat and they're like, Roman Reigns is boring. And I'm like, what the fuck? The drop off between the two right now. Give me something to, give a fuck about. Well, and I can't.
See, so it's interesting you have to almost, like you said, you have to kind of shut your brain off here because it's one of those, you have to look at it now, not in the aspect of you're viewing AEW, of how when we watch Wrestling Revolver, when we watch GCW, when we watch House of Glory, all of that, we're watching some really good matches that aren't going to mean anything come a week from now.
Yeah. So we got Mystico taking on Matt Sydal, if anyone's wondering.
So, for those lost in translation, we've got Sin Cara versus Evan Bourne right now.
Yeah, you beat me to it. Why does it look like they went to care? So for those who don't know, Sting and Darby are your new AEW tag champions. They were jumped by the Young Bucks, and the blood on them is from Sting and mostly Darby.
Yeah, just all Darby.
So I'm still mad that they involved Sting's kids, because Sting's kids would have whooped their fucking ass in real life.
Yeah, how did you bring in the kids that are bigger than the EVPs? And they have to
believe
they have to cower away. I like what they were gonna what they were aiming for, I think, with that was much like
insult. Yeah.
Well, no, not even with the kids thing. I'm saying with the bloody
Mm-hmm.
suit jackets. I want it that way. Was more of like Cardona when he had fought Nick Gage and he came out with the all white gear. And then by
Yeah.
the end of the match, it was soaked bloody and everything. And it's
Yeah.
got that cool visual because it's such a standout.
Well,
but when you're wearing it, later on that evening in a job match, it looks more awkward than, insulting or,
yeah, like,
badass.
why wouldn't you? Yeah, I get what you're saying 100%. And again, they think this is the greatest shit. They think it's cool. And they end up feeling more like, what's my age again, opposed to, I want it that way. That version of the Backstreet Boy video, where they're sitting on the fucking stool with the fucking toilet paper. It's what my age again, right? Yeah. Right?
No, that's what Tony Khan,
Yeah.
Tony Khan really used to ask himself. Well, and even the Bucks there. I don't like what you did there. Yeah, it took me a minute.
Yeah, it feels like that video, not the fucking,
I took her out. It was a Friday night.
Oh man. So yeah, we are definitely getting a WWE throwback match here. And
yeah, what is terrible Monday Night Raw match here when they had, the tonight is the night. Getting that terrible theme.
Oh, look, Sean just chiming in. RKO over Diamond Cutter for sure. Welcome, Sean.
Day late, a dollar short.
He's on my side. I'm good with it.
There you go.
Randy Orton win. Taking Mystico here. Sure.
I'll take Mystico just because he's got the fucking Power Rangers and suits out there beside him here.
There you go. Yeah, I think he has to win. It's really weird that there's this job squad that's helping the BCC. It's so odd to me.
I'm just weird. I find it weird that we've got like this random CMLL invasion angle out of fucking nowhere. Like, is this just Tony as a counter argument to when AAA's, getting involved with TNA? Now, granted, from all sources I've read, he has pissed off any chance of getting anybody from Stardom or anything like that with his whole reaction to Rossi getting fired. Like, if you didn't think that Julia was going to WWE before, you can kiss that fucking chance goodbye now.
Well, and we know the rivalry and the hatred that exists between CMLL and AAA. So I'm sure people that are really tight with AAA aren't thrilled right now.
Well, you're drawing battle lines here. Well, maybe that's even why Andrade was like, let me just get out of here before this whole shit kicks off here. You're getting the fucking cartels involved in wrestling. And even Christ, I know we touched on a little and we can dab on it here of Scott D'Amore now out there freed up. So TNA is very much in a state of flux. So when these contracts could come up, could Jordan Grace say, hey, I really like that pop that I got when I showed up at the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if I could get that every week. Mm-hmm. That'd be interesting. That'd be really interesting.
We've seen this in companies before. We've seen it in other sports, like when you fire a GM or fire a coach that everybody loves, and then people start walking out behind them. Scott D'Amore was a beacon to keep really good talent. There was talent that could have moved on from TNA and stayed because of Scott D'Amore, and Anthem, I think, underestimates that. Now, Jordan Grace, Moose, Josh Alexander, all these people that were loyal to a brand because of the face of the brand no longer have that face to be loyal to. Will they be equally loyal to Anthem? I don't believe so.
No, not at all, because I think even the fan base has even started to make its own decision. I've seen people sitting there trying to have petitions of bring Scott back and all this shit.
Yeah, we want Scott is the new we want. Hashtag.
Right. Well, Connor out here is saying as I'm in full commercial now here of
me too.
Tony Khan books AEW like I booked GM mode in 2K23.
Yeah. 100.
Mighty Morphin Lucha Ranger.
I like this one. CMLL Cool J. Don't call it a comeback.
I booked shit for years.
Lies. You can't call them the hung chucks. You can't do it because the hung part's inaccurate.
Cuck. You added an H.
Yeah, oops.
Not Chuck.
Yeah, so did you see this? So apparently Cody had a dark match against Solo tonight.
Boo. Boo words. Boo words. I touched on that a little bit because I thought it was just someone just mentioned some randomness. If you can have him there, put him on your screen.
Well, again,
he's literally one of the most talked about things in pro wrestling.
We got 2 months to kill, my guy. So
I don't give a shit.
We got time to kill, my guy. Relax. We're good. We're good.
Have him come out with an ice pack on his chin and so what do you guys want to talk about?
Handprint?
Like I said, he comes out there with the ice pack and so what do you guys want to talk about?
Right. Are you interested in Tony Storm? Yes. No, versus Queen Aminata and Deonna Purrazzo versus Hogan. Hulk? No, I'm just kidding. Tomorrow night. I feel like we saw Tony versus Queen recently, or was it Queen Aminata doesn't win? They signed her, and she is Owen whatever. And
at the car wash, yeah.
Has
we're just gonna walk you out here in front of everybody, and you lose.
Has Kiera Hogan ever won on AEW TV? Ever?
Well, it's so funny because it's two former TNA Knockouts champions going at it.
He's literally booked shit for years. Yeah, it's literally.
Yeah.
Okay, KJ, touche, Bubba. What? Well then.
Why you keep calling Bubba? We're not on some fucking shrimp boat here.
There's garlic shrimp and fried shrimp.
The fried shrimp. You got AW. We watch AW wrestling, New Japan wrestling, GCW wrestling, WWE wrestling, Wrestling Revolver, House of Glory, TNA wrestling, Battleground wrestling. We watch them footballs, them UFCs.
Dun dun dun. But yeah, if anyone's wondering, right now, Mystico, they're going for a Hurricane Rana spot.
I gotta step.
Oh no, backflip. There we go.
Blame it on Nash Bridges. Well, give him the finger poke of doom. Sorry.
Yeah, shit. Wait, is Tony Storm in a fatal 4-way for the title or another title eliminator? No, it's just two random matches, two singles matches separately, I do believe. Right? Or is it a fatal 4-way? No, it's two separate single matches.
Oh, Mystico Sin Cara picks up the win over Evan Bourne.
Yeah, and Star Jr. has now shown up. And the other one, the other dude.
As he's talking smack to Coke there, Matt Maynard.
Yeah, well, I thought they were yelling at Excalibur, take that mask off, you're not a lucha!
We need to clarify. Are you a luchador if you have a mask, or are you still a luchador if you don't have a mask?
There's maskless luchadors. I don't know what to tell you.
Name me two.
I just showed you one. I might still have his picture.
Matt Maynard.
Not usually, but you're not a luchador just because you wear a mask. Excalibur.
But do you lose your lucha hood when you become, because think about it, you had Psychosis, you had Super Crazy that took it off, and then they Juventud, the Juice, so when they all became part of the Mexicools.
Yeah, there you go.
That. Yeah, but they're not luchadors anymore.
Yeah, they are.
They're cruiserweights.
Oh, well, are you kidding?
Yes, I am.
Virtually all wrestlers in Mexico will start their careers wearing masks, but over the span of their careers, a large number of them will be unmasked. Sometimes a wrestler slated for retirement will unmask in his final bout at the beginning or the final tour, signifying a loss of identity. So, yeah, it's not a must, but it's the mask that has lineage.
Yeah, and I started off wearing diapers, but I grew out of them shits too. I think that's what happens is they start off with the mask and then they grow out of it. They grow too tall. They grow too big. They can't do the flippy-doos. So they got to take it off. They can't be a luchador. I have a straw argument.
I think you might have offended
like a motherfucker.
anybody who might be a luchador out there. Nick was not referring to your mask as a diaper.
I am. Yes, I am. Especially if you're Excalibur. Absolutely, I am. Chosen. Wait, what did Chosen Vessel say? Wow, TK. The main event is Willow Nightingale and Statlander versus Ruby and Soraya. What happened to Statlander? Of congratulations! I'm so glad you dropped the, TBS title to do nothing, to now just be in Stokely's got a crush on you.
Did you know Pete Dunne was a luchador?
Wait, what? What are you trying to say right now?
He was a luchador, known as the Tiger Kid.
I bet you he wore a mask when he was a luchador.
Yes,
you can be a luchador and not be a luchador, but still be the same size.
Drew Gulak.
Now, was CM Punk a luchador when he had the mask in the Straight Edge Society to cover up his, bald head? I mean, you've got El Generico,
right? Jericho back in the day, of course. Tiger Mask.
We're gonna get down to the fucking basics. We're gonna get down to the nitty gritty on what is a luchador.
So yeah, back to Statlander got hosed. A good old Canadian hosing. This is a lady who they made a big deal about coming back. Pretzel baconing her, by the way. Side note, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But Statlander, they made a big deal about her returning from injury. They actually squashed Jade twice with her. She becomes TBS champion and basically just walks around with the belt for a while. Julia Hart gets hot. They give the belt to Julia Hart, and you assume, being that this lady is such a big deal in this company, that you have her in post pay-per-view media scrums, would move on to take on the world champions, go into the main picture of the titles. Nope. She is now in a Ring of Honor feud with Stokely Hathaway, Bibbins, and Willow. It to me, this is another example of you have a really talented wrestler in your roster and you're not utilizing her to her potential. And by the way, Nick, what happened to Julia Hart?
Valentine's Day. That's what we're waiting on here. Because I was about to say, even what we've got Bivens crushing on Statlander. I'm waiting for them to have this whole little kind of romance angle play out here on Valentine's Day, which just so happens to fall on a Wednesday there. But yeah, Julia Hart's just she's out there in the abyss.
The hottest female wrestler out there was Julia Hart.
Yeah.
In AEW.
Oh, absolutely. Well, no, 100%. I was going to say Sky Blue is also in that contention as well. Like those two, I think, were right there. And now they've just kind of, when's the last time we saw them?
Yeah. They fizzled right the fudge out.
Well, they've just been booked right the fudge out. I don't think they fizzled.
I got a theory that I think they're going to introduce women's tag team belts, and Chris Statlander and Willow will be in contention to be one of the first women's tag team champions.
And Stokely's going to manage them.
He's managing them right now.
Jesus H.
In a women's roster that is too thin for two belts, you're going to add a third division.
Because you've signed 75 women to your roster and you only know how to book not even 5 of them.
We had 1 3-minute match on Dynamite. Or it was a little bit longer than that.
Did I miss a chapter in this book here to where they went from hating each other to now they're just completely cool with Stokely? And I mean, shout out to Willow and Stat, by the way, 100%. How you doing? But at the same time, what did I miss here? I thought they hated him, and now like he was the creep that was just watching, and now we love him. He's friends.
Yeah. He's now our manager, and here comes the Outcasts. Are they? Yeah, they're the Outcasts.
A little bit. Well, Ruby's got a love note here from.
Yeah, like how unprofessional are you that you're at your job and you can't stop reading a letter? Like, again, the silliness. This is the shit we give NXT shit for. Is don't be silly. If you want to do something in the back, but whatever, fine. It is what it is. But this lady's so unprofessional. She can't. She's on the way to do her job and she's distracted by a love note like she's 12.
I mean, I don't know. I kind of get it a little bit because she's out there too with the chick that she was just out there hemming up against the pillar there of like, what did you do with my man? This has very much been still. Tell me more. Tell me more.
Tell me less. Tell me less. Please put on a dress. Yeah, no, tell me less. It would be much more preferred, much more desired in this case.
There you go. Did Stokely Stockholm Syndrome his way into being Statlander's manager? There's so many S's in there. I'm amazed I got through it. Suffering succotash, my guy.
But so I hate management belly buttons, to be clarified. I don't hate all belly buttons. And love notes, I mean, geez, it's 2024. It's more of just
KJ hates romance. Just put that out there right now. Is KJ hates romance? I don't know. You hating love notes, you hating belly buttons. And I think that you have to clarify of like work belly buttons versus, shoot belly buttons is a little weird.
Manager belly buttons. And there's definitely a human being that would disagree with the romance part. But yeah, I don't want my boss's belly button in my face.
He only wants the person who wrote him love notes belly button in his face.
I'll take that. I mean, at least make it modern, like make it realistic. And she's looking at her phone on the way to the ring. The fucking Angelo.
Is it not a little creepy that it's a love note? Like it's literally like you can see like to where he tore it out of like a fucking spiral notebook and everything.
2024. Who's writing anything? Just send her a dick pic. Come on now.
Whoa. Hashtag don't send me one.
Yeah, hashtag romantic. TK just added a Brian Cage open challenge tomorrow night. Did he? Brian Cage now has an open challenge.
Well, don't open it because it'll be hashtag romantic.
Right, there you go. What did he draw it? He drew it. He traced it. Put it in her pocket.
That's a sketch.
Oh, I gotta love Rampage coverage, folks?
It just all square and blocky like it's Minecraft because it's etch a sketch.
Right. Manager belly buttons are unacceptable. Yeah.
KJ's fucking border patrol. I will not have any manager belly buttons.
Pull your pants up or your shirt down. You decide.
If you have a love note that's not on your phone, I suggest you fucking copy and paste it into your notes.
Right. The Mountie.
Fitting on Valentine's Day, we're talking about, or upcoming Valentine's Day, we're talking about the Mountie. I thought you were making cheeks there for a minute, and then you just made it hard.
No way. Some hearts
just wagging.
Pete Dunne was not a luchador. He was just trying to knock over a liquor store. That's fucking funny.
No, that's the gas station down by the corner from me. 100%. It's been established. I live in the ghetto.
Dude, I can literally grab all my notebooks over right here. It's funny shit. I agree with you. The old school is the way to be.
And you're the one talking shit about it.
Well, I mean, they're younger than I am.
Me kettle.
Make it modern. Like, come on now.
Let's be honest though. How much younger are they really from us? Like, that's the thing.
Yeah, fair enough. But you're about to go into a fight. And you're like, wait, I got to read this note one more time from, Cynthia wrote this really lovely letter. Get the fuck out of here. Dude, go fight.
I mean, if you need it, but I mean, if Cynthia wrote it, then call Angelica. But
Statlander's female version of Elon Musk, probably related. I don't even know where to begin with that. I don't know how to unpackage it. I'll just take your word for it.
I don't even want to take your word for it. You can have that.
Harley is fine. There you go. She's so hot.
The motorcycle or her?
Ruby out here trying to simp in peace.
Yeah. You're just mad because she got caught sitting there, having a little moment, and you're like, "Fuck your romance."
Yeah, take your fucking catering,
your Twilight, your vampire versus werewolf bullshit.
I think the hard part is if you're gonna write a fucking love angle, you should make it with two wrestlers that anybody gives a fuck about. Even in AEW, nobody cares about fucking the people involved in this.
Well, let's be honest. In AEW, that's a short list. So, we've already had Hangman and Swerve kiss. So, do they need to start sharing love notes because they're on the short list of wrestlers that people care about in AEW?
Oh no, but I mean, speaking of Twilight, I mean, he drank his blood, so that's
Jesus Christ. Elephant in the Tesla, Elon Tusk.
Is it bad? She doesn't either. It's Angelo Parker.
Yeah, it's the Diet Coke to our Coke.
Yeah, Diet Coke. Diet Coke doesn't hang around with Coke anymore, and Coke is only a commentator for Danny Garcia matches. He's not even a consistent commentator unless he's chasing lucha guys around the building like he's Border Patrol. God help me.
Get that cartel. This is Breaking Bad is what we're watching right now.
Queen of the South all up on my fucking TV right now.
El Pollo Loco is what we've got going on right now. But Jin Ping out here looking like Tyrone Biggums a little bit here. Today is the Chinese New Year. Happy New Year. Gong Hei Fat Choi. I wish you happiness and good health.
Cheers. Chin chin.
I'm not going to touch that.
I can't.
I'm terrible.
No.
Yeah. Wow, it's so funny. AEW Collision gets more women's matches than Dynamite, KJ and Nick. Yeah, and a press conference for WWE gets more viewers than all of them combined.
A clip of Rock coming out to challenge Roman got more dislikes than the shows got viewers.
Facts. An interview, a clip of The Rock on the Pat McAfee show got more views than Collision gets.
That one, KJ. Honestly, how would Ruby know there would be cameras? Dun dun dun. Question of the day.
It has nothing to do with the fucking entranceway, the fucking ramp, the ring.
I guess, and I mean, I actually sympathize with Soraya, who's like, put that shit away. We gotta go to work.
Oh no, I was agreeing with you of like with the whole like, how would she know there's going to be cameras? Like, of course there's going to be cameras, but I feel like it's not even a B storyline, it's a CD, maybe an XYZ storyline here at this point of this is some stuff. Like you said, it's an NXT thing, and we are watching it in NXT. Honestly, done better with Thea Hale and good old, what's his name? New and improved Diet Evan Bourne with Cole, good old, what's his name there? That was Chase U that just lost to Alexis King.
Oh, Soraya hit Ruby in a terribly, in not a good spot is what I was trying to get out of my mouth.
Yeah, well, one of those that's most obvious thing ever.
I'm telling you, they're setting up a women's tag team division. It's the D storyline, Nick. Fact. Feels D-list, actually.
Oh,
No adults act like this.
I don't know. I mean, I might write Statlander a love note.
Again, tracing. No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck you. Etch a sketch again. Just delete.
Hey, do you got an extra one? I only got half on this one.
Oh, Blue Thunderbomb from Statlander on the Saraf for a 2 count.
Oh, I heard Mercedes' first match will be against Soraya, and that's the point that people like Eric Bischoff think that Mercedes signing with AEW won't move the needle.
Think or no is the question. I think no is more the statement.
I would say educated guess for sure. At
Valid.
minimum.
Is it interesting?
Oh, Ruby Blanchard! I love this show.
Is it?
Danny literally paused and waited for her cue.
Yeah,
Ruby!
literally. Babyface turn. Who in the... I know more about Jodie Palmer in NXT, who we've already discussed. We know fucking all about more than I do this woman that
the QTV
Ruby
lady
Soho just got punched in the face.
It's funny because like Harley's name will not stick into your brain no matter what we do.
Yeah, that it's not revving any sort of engines with me here.
Just call her QTV.
No, because she's not a QT.
Ah, I like good handwriting. It shows intelligence. Well, I'm a lefty, so what does that tell you? Fucking genius. So the Hathaway girls take a W. And again, like Chris is still like, I don't like Willow with this is weird.
Is Stokely just
living his best life?
Well, I was just saying, he's just Black Dominic Mysterio out here. Of just he's out there with his mommy and everything.
Speak of the devil, who we were just saying, where have they been?
Hey,
he's not so blue anymore. Still cute as shit though. Lights out.
What is it with women in 2023, 2024 with fucking space buns? Like, come up with a different hairstyle.
And the TBS champ is back. Which again, how do they tie into this storyline?
Tag team back again. Check the record. Let's begin.
And huge chance for Julia upon her return. We were literally just saying, where has this woman been?
Right. But she's even got, I dig that. If you've noticed under her hat, how she's normally got the stuff, it's the TBS title under there. She's got even literally like the side plates, everything, like right at the front of it is the TBS title logo.
I missed that.
But so that's your tag team. You were talking about a women's tag team division. You've got Statlander and Willow out here with the Stokely Enterprises wearing the same gear. Now you've got them paired up going head to head with Sky Blue and Julia Hart. Holy shit, I forgot that was the end of Rampage.
That is the end. That was your big main event tonight. Was
Boo!
That was abrupt. That was aggressive.
And much like that show was just boom. Like, what the fuck was that?
That's all she wrote.
That was phoning it in. You're a big fat phony.
Yeah, so Julia Hart has died. I guess the big story coming out of tonight. Julia Hart and Sky Blue have returned. We haven't seen them in a hot minute. Nick and I were just talking about that. And apparently there's they're going to do something with Statlander and Willow. Yeah, Sky Julia, the Blackhearts. Did you Drew McIntyre, when he cut his walk along promo, like his selfie video today, he literally said, "Enough is enough. Time for a change," and that just reminded me of it.
That's going to be very interesting because we saw the Pillman estate reach a Legends deal after a long time and very much a controversial back and forth. Of now the Pillman estate has a Legends contract with WWE, and they're very much almost setting these Legends deals up of here's pretty much your retirement fund of here we're literally setting you up and paying it back and paying it forward for everything that your family member has done to the business. Could you see that bridging of the guard with Martha Hart?
With Vince McMahon completely out of the picture, the new management, the new company, maybe.
With enough dollars behind that, with enough zeros.
Yeah, I mean that's my take on it. Yeah, with Vince still involved, it was never going to be a thing. Like that was, again, for obvious reasons, such a horrible tragedy and such a unnecessary thing that unfortunately led to the tragedy. Yeah, it would really take something special, and I think that would be, Triple H trying to work that out now that Vince is ding dong, the Vince is gone, hopefully forever.
Yeah, I think that though would be, we're still ways of we got to work that deal out because they've still probably got a pretty lucrative deal through AEW.
Right. But we generally, if you want to give a rating on Rampage, you can. We generally don't really take one for Rampage. It just kind of happened. It was okay. I mean, it was what it was.
It was a run over. that was the SmackDown run over.
It gave us a backdrop to just talking stupid for the last hour.
Yeah.
Happy that Julia Hart and Sky Blue are back. I'm sure you are, Damien. Here I am shaking my fist at it.
Well, I got the Wonder Woman right now on my screen. But well, no, I was going to just throw out a completely different side topic here of go-to Super Bowl snack because we got the Super Bowl stream, especially coming up on Sunday here. So what is your go-to game day Super Bowl snack?
Again, I'm trying to figure out your definition, but I'm a wings guy. Like I want a big old bucket of wings.
Fair enough.
Pizza. I'm going to get pizza and wings.
I already know what I got lined up. Yeah. Fair enough. No, I was just curious because, like I said, well, we've had this whole discussion. I still don't think I fully understand what peel bacon is, but I'll learn it. And I've learned a new thing that Canadian bacon is not actually bacon to anyone, not even Canadians.
Well, I guess I don't want to speak on behalf of an entire country, but yeah, no, like I don't go to the store and like there's. Like we don't call ham bacon. Like I guess
you don't have it. Like our what we call bacon just doesn't show up for you as like American bacon.
Yeah, like I feel like like the strip bacon is American bacon, and like the ham rounds are no. I feel like it's an American company that was like, well, we got ham. We'll just call it Canadian bacon. They'll buy it.
If we make it seem international, it'll seem fancy.
Yeah, fucking hell. Wings, yes, MDV.
Well, make sure you got plenty of that Ric Flair drip too, as well.
Absolutely. Do the
super bowel shuffle.
I can't even speak at this point. I'm out.
I think that's where we've reached the point of saturation here, folks.
I agree because we keep going. We're gonna be canceled by the time we get off. If there's anything you're looking forward to tomorrow night on Collision,
the end of it.
Ouch.
Respectfully,
I accept that.
Is there something with Moxley and Claudio versus Go Lucha Rangers that you're super anticipating for?
I mean, again, I'm not really looking forward to that. There's what I put on the thumbnail?
You've got Tony Storm versus Aminata. You've got Perazzo versus Red Velvet. So
Yeah,
the
should be
fucking
fun.
bakery is still open because Red Velvet's out here getting work because new women have signed with the company. So she's got to go under some people.
Facts. No, I mean, we'll look forward to it, folks. We're also going to keep an eye on the night 2 of the Jersey J Cup. I know we didn't talk about it much tonight, but you got to understand, SmackDown was the priority. We might have a little more of a free window to peek in at what's happening in GCW and who walks away with the 2024 J Cup. Yeah, no, we thank everyone for being here tonight. Thank you for being a part of the show as we're over 3.5 hours here tonight. I will remind everybody who's still listening, we are the channel that watches more live wrestling than anyone else. We are the wrestling friends you can't find in your real life. And we are the Wrestling Utopia. Be a friend, tell a friend, click all our links below, and be a part of all of our shows. We are back at it tomorrow. And of course, the Super Bowl watch party on Sunday.
And I got the munchies now. So our shit is real, our shit is raw, our shit is authentic. When you talk about that wrestling, I'm going to put that for life with it.
See you on the flip side. I'm going to get some Canadian bacon. Good night.